Hi, and welcome to the November Low Inc. We're started here by two of our teams, Tower Reef, and I'm joined by DRF.
Hello. Yes, fantastic to be back with IPL for another Low Inc. But yes, we definitely have a good one for you all to start out today's Swiss stage. We have 60% fish puns versus Iride.
Yeah, this is gonna be a crazy match. Actually, this would be like a match you'd expect to be in bracket already, but we're seeing it in groups to start off with. So I can't wait to see what they're gonna pull out in this match.
Yeah, and both these teams running relatively deep rosters, 7 people apiece. So it'll be interesting to see if all of these players are readily available, how much switching out is gonna happen. Just on the production side of things, we already saw a swap out occur before game 1 even started. so it definitely I think it'll be a bit of a fun chess match here between these two. But we are going to be starting off on Tower Control Reef, like you mentioned, Delta. What do you make of this map mode combo?
We just need to see control of mid. As long as people have bridge, right? I think you can start pushing the tower, but we'll see a lot of fights on bridge, most definitely. And then after that, it's just who gets to the second checkpoint first. I'm pretty sure that's what decides the winner, but we're starting up on our first match of the day.
All right, let's get to it. See what each of these teams are bringing out for us here in game number 1. Taking a look here. So for the most part, just I guess relatively expected comps here, and NZAP apiece. We do see that K-Sha versus K-Gal matchup coming out as well. But the backline, we do have that heavy remix going up against that custom Hydra.
Right.
I do like that remix choice for the Booyah as always. And the custom Hydra might be actually a little bit unexpected on this one.
Right? I would not expect that kind of pick. It's a very long-range weapon and kind of like close quarters map. But we already have one down from the remix. The blue team is already trying to push up. One down from Iride. They're just taking first checkpoint easily. They're holding their street, painting up. They have to get their specials in order to push back in.
Yeah, right now this game is all 60% fish puns as they start to approach that second checkpoint, but the Booyah Bomb going to be coming out in time to stop that tower as it does take out the end zap. And that's going to be 2 down now for 60% fish puns. And this is going to be a good opportunity now for Iride to get a little bit more map control as this tower resets.
And now we see that Heavy taking up that top mid position. Hydra gets a pick. This is huge. Now they don't have they have way less front line for Iride. So just Hydra pushing up with all that range that they have, like being super aggressive. It's crazy seeing how frontliney this Hydra is in this gameplay. But 3 down.
Yeah, that's
same kind of position that they were in last time. They're just pushing. They're trying to get to second prep point as hard as possible.
Yeah, and the second checkpoint is very much key, like you had mentioned before. This is really a crucial one to stop, because once you kind of get past this, then this is when it starts to tumble a little bit out of control. But that is going to be 3 down now for 60% fish puns. So they did get that second checkpoint, which is going to be huge for future pushes. But Iride with a nice stop there, keeping themselves in the game, keeping, that score within reach.
Yeah. Iride gets 1 down. They're still pushing tower. This is huge. After going 3 down, they have armor. They have splashdown. I think they're going to jump in. Yes, jump in, splashdown. Boom, 1 down. 2 down. Can get a triple. K-Pro gets him. But that's the push. They got it to 21. It's massive. There's still 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to the game, mind you, right?
Yeah, but I mean, that is a strong lead for this first half. So it's just going to be a huge mountain for Iride to climb.
Right. And we're just seeing they're playing for neutral at the moment, trying to get that bridge control. That machine's trying to poke as much as possible on this K-shot. We're seeing painting gameplay. It's cute. They're just trying to get their control and then push up and right. Exactly like the K-Machine, Hydra. One goes down. We're seeing lots of trades here, but now they're 3 down on the side of 60% fish puns.
Yeah, and I mean, it just continues to be a very one-sided matchup here. As 60% fish puns continues to dominate, and they just get push after push each time, chipping just a little bit more away at that score. And looking through this third checkpoint, points on the board again for 60% fish puns, and they are past that third checkpoint. It is just a matter of time before this knockout comes through, and there it is. A nice knockout in dominant fashion for 60% fish puns.
Iride just did not have a chance to push, despite getting like 3 down multiple times on 60% fish puns. They really didn't capitalize over that. They got their positionings, they got the ink, and then they didn't push tower. On the other hand, despite going down, 60% fish puns just kept hammering that tower, constantly pushing it no matter what the condition was in the match. Really two polarizing gameplays from both teams.
Yeah, so it's gonna be pretty interesting to see what sort of adjustments are gonna be made here, and also just I guess we're getting word that it is not Iride, it is Iride, I believe is the correct pronunciation. So apologies to the team for that. We will we got that. Thank you guys for the corrections. So yeah, but it seems like both these teams are gonna sort of stick to their guns here as we head into Splat Zone's Sturgeon Shipyard. At least stick to their guns in terms of the players that are gonna be in for this match.
I think we're gonna still see that that remix. That remix is pretty great long range weapon on this map, given that it has Booyah. It can cover both, bottom zone and top zone. But I don't know if we'll see that Hydra again. It just I don't think that's the weapon of choice. Probably see maybe heavy remix from both sides.
All right. Here we go with game number 2. 60% fish puns up 1-0 in this play all 3 set. Let's take a look at these comps.
Ballpoint. That's super interesting. And Hydra.
All right.
Plus the Octopus. So we're gonna see a lot of flanks off of Jeff from 60% push fish puns. Already trying to go for that right, even though there's 2 people contesting it with the K-Pro and the K-Shot. No one has cap zone yet. It's 50-50. Yeah. But Iride trying to go for it. It popped armor, just pushing up 1 down on side of Iride.
Ooh, that's gonna be that's already big right there. 2 going down on the side of Iride, and this is just really quickly starting to become a familiar picture here as 60% fish puns gets big points on the board early on in this game, but finally it seems like Iride is going to have a little bit of a numbers advantage. So that is going to be 3 down on the side of 60% fish puns, and I think for the first time this set we are going to see a strong push from Iride.
Right, we need to see Iride take strong positions. That's a great bomb from this junior. Just keep chucking bombs until someone lands on them. That's the whole point. But the timer's ticking down. They're about to take the lead. And 60% fish puns, the only special they've used is hammer. They're going left and right. But the zone isn't capped yet, so they're trying to take it back. 1 down on Iride. Octopus trying to find that second pick. We just see that map control for 60% fish puns, and now Iride is being pushed back.
Yeah, and now the Booyah Bomb gonna be coming out from Flowey. I'm gonna be able to actually get one on the drop from the grates there. So that's gonna be 2 down again for 60% fish puns, make it 3. And all that is left is this Hydra, who needs to back up as well. And I mean, this is a completely different team I feel like we're watching.
Right, this is so different from the last match. We're actually seeing points ticking down. Oh, but one from Iride goes down, and I guess the turns have tabled, as they say. 60% Fish Punch now has zones, and they're trying to get that lead back. It's the penalty isn't that much in this case.
Yeah, it really isn't. This is completely workable, and they are going to get out of the penalty, actually. Can they take the lead? Yes, they do. And they do have the numbers plus a special that they can work with. This rain going to be coming across the zone, though, and stalling it for a little bit, but they're not going to be able to flip the zone in their favor. With this Booyah Bomb, though, from Flowey, they might be able to do something, but they do go down immediately after, and that's not going to be enough to flip this zone quite yet. 60% Fish Punch marching on, and that's a 3-down situation for Iride. But this game is going to 60% Fish Puns.
Right. They just got staggered so hard at the very end. That was hard to watch. It's like one of them died, and then they couldn't push up anymore, and they tried to just at least to stop the cap. You know, just have it like a 50% for the zone, but not even that. And then they got more staggered. Like they had a strong push in the beginning twice, but they at the very end they couldn't seem to get back into zone.
Yeah, so but that was so much of a better game, though.
Right.
That was so much of a better game for them. And I really feel like, you know, even though those first two games were a little bit rough, it's winnable. It is 100% winnable. And we're going to be actually looking at, I believe it's Clamblitz on Mako Mart for this third game. And of course, this is that map where everything goes.
So we do have a play all three setup. So no matter what Iride does, it's still gonna go. The game's still gonna go to 60 Fish Punts, but this does help their win rate percentage if they win. It's still beneficial in order to get into bracket for tomorrow's game. So, but I think given that we just had what you could say are two normal pushing modes with tower and zones, Clamblitz is going to be a whole different monster, I think. I do expect Iride to make great, strong pushes here. They have a very fast comp, after all, compared to the Hydra.
That is true. So it'll be interesting to see if that Hydra is going to stick around. I don't think so, but I stand corrected. That Hydra is going to stick around.
No way!
Interesting. This is this is a very, I guess, unconventional comp for Mako Clamblitz. I mean, like I said, this is one of those maps where really anything goes, but this is still relatively unexpected. It's going to be weird with a 2 backline composition here to try to push in Clamblitz, especially where the baskets are so close to each other compared to other maps. So I'm really fascinated to see how they play this out.
But it looks like it's working. Irida's front lines just can't seem to be going moving forward. The Charger and the Hydra are just crossfiring them any chance. And we see a pick from the K Machine. They have complete map control now, and they're just trying to get the 2 power clams already. This is huge. We haven't even been a minute through the game, and they're already at 60.
Yeah, 60. That is, you know, a pretty respectable first push. A 2 power clamp push is what it's going to be for 60% Fish Puns. And they just continue to dominate here. They already have the numbers in their favor, but Iride does have 3 specials online, and it's going to be interesting to see if they can make any use of this. But right now, it really seems like the plan for 60% Fish Puns was to get that early push and start playing some solid defense. But of course, as I say that, they do go 3 down, so this is going to be a huge opportunity now for Iride, as they do have 12 clans in their pocket. Make that 20 now, and they're going to be able to pile some clans in, but they do go 2 down. That is going to be K.O.O.T.U.B.E.R as the last person alive. Can they get the lead? No, they cannot. 65 points is what they will settle for now. Fantastic defense from 60% Fish Puns.
Now, at this point, neither team has a very strong lead, so it's all up to whoever wins this next team fight. One goes down from the ball point. They're already pushing up with 25 clams. This is huge. Oh my, 40 already. 2 minutes 50 seconds on the clock. 96. Battling the RNG to fight the ball point. This is such a massive push for 60% fish puns.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, they're bringing that score all the way down to 31 points remaining. Obliterated that penalty with that first power climb. Everything else after was just icing on the cake for that push. So, once again, we are seeing Iride work from the bottom of this game, trying to come back again. And they do have those bubbles coming out, which is going to be good for a moment, but they popped really quickly, so that is going to be barely enough to get this power climb in the basket. 44 points remaining. 41. This is actually going to possibly be the lead. Yes, it is. So great push there. And now, once again, 60% fish puns sees themselves staggering. Could this be Iride's moment to try to just seal the deal? One more power climb plus 1 is going to do it. That is a KO. A great comeback there from Iride.
That was so good. That was great coordination. They got 2 down, and then after they went for the next 2 while the other 2 respawned. 60% fish puns just didn't have anywhere to breathe. They were constantly being pressured by Iride. That was a great push, undeniably.
Wow. Yes. I mean, kudos to them for making those adjustments. I really feel like they managed to sort of punish that double backline comp a little bit. It was a little bit of an iffy start for them. But I think they really managed to make some solid in-game adjustments there, and really take advantage of the fact that the outright slaying power was maybe a little bit lacking there from 60%. But fantastic job to both teams. 60% fish puns taking this one 2-1. All right, so. I think we are going to go ahead and take a little bit of a break. So stay tuned for round 2. More low ink action coming your way.
in very dire situation for LC3. It seems that right now they're being able to pushing. It's just the Junior Light versus the K-Pro. Honestly, the K-Pro has the upper hand. The K-Pro trying their best to keep the tower still moving. This is not the end of the push for Astro, but the wrong place from Gogoro getting more and more picks. Finally a wipe. L3T has the opportunity to start their own push.
So now it's a 4v3 in favor of JPEG. Gibbs trying to use that Brella to make a move towards the basket. Finally going to be able to start pushing up. And 2 picks, 2 people going down on the side of JPEG. Can Gibbs get to the basket in time? This is going to be really close. Oh, no!
So close for Vivace.
Make anything happen with those clans. Bebop gonna try to drop down now, but unfortunately nobody really near them. Not gonna be able to assist quite in the way that they've anticipated yet. But they are eyeing this Booyah Bomb, but the Booyah Bomb is eyeing them.
You gonna move? You gonna move, bro? You gonna move? No.
I'll claim they're following the pick, which they will. At this point, I would love to see like a last second backdoor, but there's a jump. Emptiness! And Emptiness manages to get the overtime basket to seal the deal! Oh my goodness!
What perfect timing.
Now this is the moment of truth, right? You gotta hold on to this tower. You cannot lose this. It is up for Axis Knight to try to push this as much as possible. Only 15 points away from being able to do this.
They're really close.
One down. All 3 of them are on top of him. They're still pushing it overtime. 3 points away. Can they get it?
They got it!
Do. Axis denied coming in clutch. And I think that's what they were trying to do. Like I said, man.
could have ended in probably the lead. But Unlimited Booyahini is not done. There's 2 down on the side of Rising Stars right now. They've got the Curling Bomb Rush to at least support it a little bit, but where's this Carbon? There he is! Gets 1! Tries to go for this Rainmaker, is going to find it, and keep the Rainmaker in a precarious position. Kimmy is...
Make anything happen with those clans. Bebop gonna try to drop down now, but unfortunately nobody really near them, not gonna be able to assist quite in the way that they've anticipated yet, but they are eyeing this Booyah Bomb, but the Booyah Bomb is eyeing them!
You gonna move? You gonna move, bro? You gonna move? So...
Trying to get at least one more defensive. The NZF, Orange NZF goes down from Sia. They don't seem to be able to push. Vegeta trying once against the last one surviving.
God.
Can Sia continue to push? Will they be able to score? It's the free basket. They have a lot of flames available. They just need a few more. And they take the game.
Dude, that was clutch.
So now it's a 4v3 in favor of JPEG. Gibbs trying to use that Brella to make a move towards the basket. Finally going to be able to start pushing up. And 2 picks, 2 people going down the side of JPEG. Can Gibbs get to the basket in time? This is going to be really close. Oh, no!
So close for Vivace, unfortunately.
Welcome back, everybody, to Low Ink November 2021. We have another good one for you here today. Delta, please give us the rundown of these 2 teams.
All right, so we're started here with 8-Ball and Gex worshiping Omnipotent, Optical, Turbulent, Urbulent, Bazinga, Extravagant, Rendezvous, or G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R for short. Yeah, my sanity left me saying that midway through. But we're starting off on a Rainmaker Snapperka now. Crazy map mode combination. Crazy bad.
Oh,
I didn't
man.
say that.
Credit to you, Delta, for being able to say that name smoothly enough. But yes, we are going to be seeing these 2 teams face off here in Rainmaker Snapperka now for game number 1. This is going to be this is a pretty fast-paced map mode combo. I mean, Rainmaker in general, a fast-paced mode. But with Snapperka now, you could typically see, strong 80-point pushes within the first minute.
Most definitely.
It all depends on if you can get those wipes or not. But that Rainmaker is in just such an inconvenient location, though. It's going to be a question whether these teams are actually going to go for that pop, or if they're going to, utilize that time, let the other team pop, but utilize that time to establish some strong positions that are going to work out in the long run.
I think the first 30 seconds of this match will show who's the most aggressive between the 2 teams, because Rainmaker pop really does not matter on this map mode. All that matters is who kills who first, and then that's how you get your biggest, I think the biggest push you'll get ever in the game, unless you get a wipe. It really does come down to that.
Yeah. No, wow, well put. So, taking a look at these comps here, we are going to be seeing a double roller coming out on the side of G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R. Meanwhile, a Splatter Scope, I think that is, on the side of 8-Ball, plus the Junior and Nautilus.
8-Ball sporting a Nautilus Charger comp, very interesting. But just very the lack of engagements right now, just poking and whatnot. Charger just trying to get some picks whenever they can, but no one's really going for Rainmaker.
Yeah, the Rainmaker really doesn't exist right now, but of course, as I say that, it is going to be G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R that picks it up, but very quickly. That Splatoscope is going to be able to get a triple. My goodness, and that is going to be a complete wipe for G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R. So 8-Ball now going to be able to pick this up. Can they put big points on the board? They're going to take this a little bit the safer way by swinging it to that far left side. That is going to be, a way to kind of extend this push and get some more sure points. No way! From the Rainmaker 2, huge opportunity now.
There's still 3 down on was that G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R's side? So 8-Ball can continue to push this. They just need to get into those positions that allow them to abuse their range like this, exactly like this. Back-to-back doubles and triples. Like, it's crazy what 8-Ball is managing to do on G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R.
I know, like, this is a phenomenal push by 8-Ball, but a lot of credit right now to G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R for the way that they've stopped that time and time again. They were constantly facing 1 down, and to be honest, they're a little bit lucky right now that it's only 38 points remaining. That is completely workable for them.
Right. If they had taken it up the box, it would have probably been just game over at that point. It's too many points on G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R's side, but 8-Ball now, just taking picks where you can get them.
It is going to be a 3v3 situation now, and that is the Rainmaker going down, but that is also 3 down on 8-Ball, and that is going to be a great opportunity. What? Wow. I mean, once again, this game flipped on its head real quick, and it seems like they're just going to be going for points straight up, running it down the middle, but they are going to get shut down at 44 points remaining. They do not have the numbers, though, as they do go 3 down themselves, and the K-Shot going to be going down as well. That is going to be the end of that push for G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R, as 8-Ball going to very swiftly pick up the Rainmaker themselves. They now have 2 down on the side of G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R, and they are going to be trying to go for points, running it down the middle with 2 picks from that Rainmaker. It is going to get stopped at 35 points remaining, so just a couple more points added on, but with that Rainmaker pop, this push continues on, and this is going to be close to a knockout. 1 point remaining. Oh no, this is going to go real south now, as... No way! They actually managed to get the wipe there right in time. G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R gonna stay alive for a minute longer here. My goodness, what a clutch stop there.
They're
but
not
this is
allowing them to KO.
Yeah, this is gonna be, a huge effort that they're gonna need to put together if they want to come back here.
But 8-Ball going for the flank. There's already 1 down on G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R's side. That's 2 down. They just have to look for those last 2, or they might just push through sneaky. Very interesting decision to make when they have 2 rollers, but they're just keep getting picks. Honestly, at this point, G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R should just be start playing not to lose at least, or not to KO, because there isn't much they can do. But they're staggering here. One of the rollers are already down. They have a lot of bombs focusing that Rainmaker, but 2 down again. It's just Hammer coming for the clutch trade, but 2v2 in this position, it's not that great. Carbon can't really pop Rainmaker, and he needs to reset it at this point. That's the best decision.
Yeah, they probably should go for the reset, especially now that they do not have numbers in their favor, but they're going to try to brute force this. If I was Gren right now, I would be jumping off, but ooh, that was real close to big stop in their own sneaky. The Nautilus going to try to stop it themselves now, but is going to be pushed back by that Rainmaker. And it seems like they're just going to play this on. I'm not sure if that's necessarily to play. They're not going to get a whole lot of chance in overtime here. And they're actually just going to go for it right here, right now. But the Rainmaker is going to get stopped there. They're trying to get this pop, but I don't think it's going to be any good, as that is a delayed wipe, and 8-Ball going to take game number 1.
G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R definitely tried putting a strong effort at the end to get that push over the box, but it just wasn't enough. The Ray really stopped them, and they're really fighting an uphill battle. I mean, ironically, I guess, since there's a box right there, they're fighting a very uphill battle against 8-Ball. But that was such an interesting match to watch. Every second, just 2 down, 2 down, 2 down.
Yeah, that game really was a bloodbath. It just constantly, 2-3 down being 2-3 people being down on either side, leading to some big pushes there. But like I said, a lot of credit to G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R for kind of just putting together stop after stop after stop. They were not going to let themselves get knocked out. If they did, it kind of put them in a position where trying to win it really didn't seem feasible, but they were going
to lose it was also not feasible. That's the mindset they wanted to put themselves into.
They were not going to go down without putting up a fight first, and that's exactly what they did.
I am so interested in seeing that double roller comp again. I think definitely Tower Schellendorf is not the most roller friendly. I mean, there's all this uninkable sections at the top with glass and whatnot, but we might see the Flingza still. There should be a lot of range presence in this map. We'll probably see the Siege Head again, and I think the front lines might stay the same, but maybe we'll be surprised. Maybe we'll be surprised. We have another bloodbath on Tower Schellendorf with a variety of interesting weapon choices.
I do think that we'll see, largely for the most part, the same comps here. The double roller is going to be a little bit weird to work with in Tower Control Schellendorf, but I feel like that it's going to be something where they might just end up trusting their gut.
Yeah, I mean, it happened last game. They just didn't want to lose, so maybe we'll see it here. Maybe this time they'll think, yeah, we really want to win. But we're going into our second match of round 2 on Tower Schellendorf.
Alright, here we go for game number 2. Let's go ahead and take a look at these comps here. The double roller is going to stick around, but that splatter scope is going to be switched out for that classic Squiffer.
Great pick here. I think a classic Squiffer is such a good weapon, and it's definitely underhyped comparatively to the rest of the support weapons, but Charger the Flings is just trying to get missiles halfway through, painting up, trying to go for that trade. Squiffer getting the shot. This Charger player is incredible with their shots. 100% accuracy.
Yeah, and that is going to be 3 down right there for G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R. So very quickly through the first checkpoint for 8-Ball, as they are already starting to push the second checkpoint. This second checkpoint is going to be absolutely key, but they're not even going to get there as that Squiffer does get knocked off. And now they see themselves in a 2-down situation. So it's G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R that is going to be starting to get on this tower and earn some points. How many points? It doesn't seem like it's going to be a lot right now, as the bombs come raining in, and that is a wipe on the side of G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R. So now 8-Ball going to try to pick up this tower and continue where they left off.
I didn't realize this earlier, but every time the Nautilus jets, he gets harassed. I mean, they get harassed by the rollers. They just keep flinging at him. He can't do anything. But G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R is still trying to take this tower. They already took it now. There's 1 down on each side. Armor popped. We have a Booyah Bomb to work with as we see it being popped. Just trying to keep people away from the tower. Missiles coming out. It's just, they're playing for neutral. They're playing for neutral here. They don't want them to push anymore, and I don't think they're thinking of pushing too as well. But Armor gets popped by Squiffer as a last-ditch effort to try to stay alive and try to help his teammates.
Wow. All right. So, like I said, it seems like these teams really are just trying to play for neutral right now. And that really is key for both of them right now, because neither team really able to get a super strong push in. 8-Ball just, been trying to get to that second checkpoint, but have yet to really hit that second checkpoint. Meanwhile, G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R just trying to get points on the board, and they're really trying to establish control of mid before doing anything. Have some paint on the ground to work with, and finally they are going to be able to push this tower and get through checkpoint number 1. They do have numbers in their favor still, so they're going to be able to take this pretty close to where 8-Ball has it, but unfortunately, as they go 3 down themselves, that is going to be a wipe. The Booyah Bomb was not able to do much there. So 62 points is where G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R is going to settle for right now, as 8-Ball very quickly looking to push this tower off of that wipe.
Yeah, at the moment there isn't a very strong lead on either side. They're just trying to keep people away. Just Carbon doing its job, just flinging his roller at any chance, because they're being outpainted at the moment. And they're just trying to get these picks. Jumps onto the right. Roller, hello? Yes, let's go. 3 down on 8-Ball. This might be the push. It's a wipe now. They have the specials. They have Booyah Bomb. They just need to use it at the right time and at the right positioning. People haven't dropped yet. Squiffer's taking that top right position, maybe to try to get that pick on the Flingza. But yeah, we see Booyah come out. They need to use the rest of their specials. 1 down on each side, and Tower, they got the lead just by 2 points. This is huge for G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R at the moment, but I think 8-Ball has the idea to try to take it back already.
Yeah, it would, that's a little bit of a risky call to make there, because that isn't, a very strong lead. But, they were almost in a position where, they might as well have just gone for it. But, already we see 8-Ball trying to get it back. But that is going to be 3 down for 8-Ball. This could be a delayed wipe. You note it's going to be a jump out instead. Going to be able to, save whatever special meter that they have left to try to get to organize for one more push. That is going to now be 2 down on the side of G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R. So 8-Ball going to get another opportunity to make this push work. They are slowly running out of time, but like we said, this is not too big of a lead to overcome, and they can very quickly get it back here. But the roll are going to be coming in for a flank here. Very good job there, getting in position. However, that armor was just going to make it impossible to get anything done. But we do see a full wipe on the side of 8-Ball. I'm not sure if there's going to be enough time for them to be able to make anything work. And G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R is going to be hanging right around this tower to make sure that nobody can get on it in these last 10 seconds.
This is exactly what they needed. They don't have to play for the win. They just have to play not to lose. As long as G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R doesn't get the lead, they win. And the second game goes to G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R, the Gex Worshipping Omniphone Optical Turbulent Urbulent Bazinga Extravagant Rendezvous. That was a crazy game. It wasn't even a big lead for either side, really.
No, it wasn't. Normally the tower control Schellendorf is really defined by that second checkpoint, but neither team really could push, more than a second into that second checkpoint. So, it relatively interesting game. Sort of unexpected for a Schellendorf tower control game. But kudos to both teams. I mean, made that very, very close and very just close and interesting that whole time. But that does split the set at 1 apiece. And that means we are going to see who wins the set on Splat Zone's Humpback Pump Track.
This is such a good map, especially since I think 8-Ball runs a junior, which is arguably the best support weapon on this map. Just run double bomb, run LD. It doesn't even matter what you put on the set. Just keep spamming bombs onto zone and you win the game. It's so easy. But I think we're gonna see some like tied gameplay in this one too. Just one take the zone, the other one takes the zone back, and then they take the zone and they keep wiping. These teams are really, really close to each other. 8-Ball has a good sense of how to push, and G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R has a good sense on how to defend. It's funny.
Yeah, no, and I'm also kind of interested to see what sort of adjustments are made here, because for example, you really don't anticipate a Squiffer on Humpback in general. So seeing what sorts of weapons players are going to be switching off onto, because Humpback just notorious for being a very slosher friendly map, but neither team really running a slosher. So I think the double roller comp probably going to stick around because that's as close as
right.
I feel like these teams are
slosher.
Yeah, they have to work with sloshers, because if I had to guess, it's just
bootleg
not anything
slosher.
that either team runs.
Here we go. They split up the Soda Slosher between range and the Flingza and the Bomb Rush on the Harbin. But we do see the junior pick, and we see actually the Firefin Splat Charger. It's not even the Splatter Scope anymore. I guess they enjoyed playing the Swiffer, but no real cap yet. They're trying cap for G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R. 1 down on G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R. as well. 2 down, and this is the exact situation I was talking about. One takes the zone, the other one tries to take it back.
Yeah, it's definitely looking to be pretty back and forth right out of the gate. Although it is taking 8-Ball a little while to get control of this zone. There it is, finally. They had the numbers advantage there for a bit, but weren't able to capitalize on it right away. But now it seems like they're going to be punishing a very aggressive start from G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R. As they now have control of this zone. The Booyah Bomb going to be coming out to try to flip it, but, you know, 8-Ball has a nice comp that's going to be able to easily paint through that and hold control. But of course, now as I say that junior does go down, that's going to be absolutely key for G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R. is if they can keep that junior, you know, at bay, they can pretty much continue to get control of this zone and try to hold on to it, because the junior is really their big opposition here.
Yeah, but this Charger is seeing some struggle trying to take picks on the G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R. I guess Splatter Scope, the change from Splatter Scope to just Splat Charger kind of takes away a little bit of the range they expected to get. But it's they lose the zone to G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R. now, and now G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R. might lose the zone back to 8-Ball. It really is neck and neck between these two teams, just specials after specials, trying to see who wipes first. But currently, it's always a 2v2 situation.
Yeah, it really is at this point. I mean, the numbers just continue to be pretty even between these two teams throughout this whole game. And the Booyah Bomb now going to be coming out to flip that zone back in favor of G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R. But very quickly, it's starting to seem like that the overwhelmingly painting power of 8-Ball is going to be able to hopefully flip this back for the, but oh, I stand corrected. That NZAP does go down, and that's going to be very much punishable there. You know, just NZAP and Junior. I mean, this is honestly what I really like about this comp is that if one of them goes down, realistically they still have reasonable painting power.
Right, and they still have armor.
Yes, exactly. But it doesn't seem like they've been able to really take advantage of that, because as soon as one of the Junior or the NZAP goes down, G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R.'s just able to flip the zone right away. So you know, even though they do have like such strong painting ability, it really isn't coming in handy. You know, as dominant as I really would have hoped.
It's because G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R. in this match is actually just abusing their Booyah presence. They have 2 Booyahs at the moment, so anytime they 8-Ball tries to take a position, they just get Booyah'd instantly. So we see the timer is still ticking down despite actually 8-Ball has 1 down, so they can't really push up, but they do have that painting power, as you said, which isn't really coming into play since they're not pushing up too hard. I think the double armor is just a really weird pick, given that their one front line is K-Pro and they don't really want to push up, they just want to take picks from afar. But 8-Ball does get the zone, and 3 down on the side of G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R. This might be the push that 8-Ball needs in order to get that lead back, but as it stands, 13 is a small number that they need to hit.
Yeah, but they are out of the penalty though, so 8-Ball is going to be able to put some big points on the board, and G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R. is 2 down. So this is, you know, very much a favorable situation for them. They just need to continue to paint, and it seems like they've finally been able to set up shop in the zone, and as long as they continue to put paint down, they might be able to survive this, but no, that's so flip at the most clutch moment for G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R., but that is going to be a wipe. So now 8-Ball's going to have a second crack at this, to try to get the lead back. 30 seconds to go in this game. They need to kind of just, you know, get some pretty strong positions here to try to get some picks and prevent these Booyah Bombs from coming out and trying to flip the zone back one more time. The Booyah coming out again to try to flip this zone. Can they force it? Yes, they can. 15 seconds to go, but they go 2 down again. So now this is going to be one more chance for 8-Ball to get the lead.
2 down on 8-Ball now. This is just a game of who loses first. But it's just zone, and there we go. The game goes to G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R. That was such a crazy match. It looked like 8-Ball had that ink presence, but the Booyah Bombs kept annoying 8-Ball every single time. They kept getting put out of position, and despite having that junior zap, it just wasn't enough for the 14 missiles, mind you, from the V-Jet. Good job.
Oh my goodness. Wow. But congrats to G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R. for taking that set 2-1. I mean, G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R. showing that they are a strong team in the clutch. They won both Game 2 and Game 3 by 2 points each.
Wow.
So that is a, amazing job of playing in the clutch, getting the points when you need to, getting the leads when you need to, and playing some solid defense. Just kudos to G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R. for that performance there. But 8-Ball, really had that dominant game 1 that I thought was going to be set defining.
Right.
But, I mean, I guess we did get a little bit of a glimpse there where G.O.O.T.U.B.E.R. just continued to prevent the knockout time and time again. I think that was really the foreshadowing that we might have initially missed that was going to, kind of call the rest of the set.
Yeah, I guess you could say that the Gex worshipping omnipotent, optical, turbulent, urbulent, bazinga, extravagant rendezvous just happened to adapt to that game 1 situation, and they figured out that they didn't really change their comp much at all. They kept that Carbon Flings a combo every game too, and they just happen to adapt to the playstyle rather than adapt with weapon choices.
Oh, well put, Delta. Well put. All right, but I think that is going to do it for us here in round 2. Round 3 going to be coming up shortly. Stay tuned for more Loic action. Oh, sorry. Oh, my apologies. We are going to actually be sticking around. There is no break for us this time around. I think round 3 is going to be getting jump-started pretty quickly.
We're getting conflicting information from JPEG. He can't come up with a decision to make. No break, yes break, no break, maybe break. What is this, a Dr. Seuss book?
We could just keep saying Gex worshipping.
Gex worshipping. Omnipotent, optical, turbulent, bazinga, extravagant, rendezvous.
Yeah, see that covers like a
like
minute
a whole 30
time.
Seconds, maybe a whole eternity. Great idea, guys. Coming up with a shorthand version of your name. Just
all right. But we are going to have this round 3 matchup coming to you shortly. It will be Tidal Abyss versus the IRS. Oh shoot, they found me. Oh no. All right, Delta, I think you're going to have to hold it down here. I'm going to have to get going before the IRS gets any closer. So.
All Yoshis in chat, please be careful. There's only so much tax evasion you can do.
Oh man. But I guess while we wait for to get these teams, a hold of these teams and get them into the lobby, there is a pretty hyped event coming up in a couple of weeks here, hosted by our one and only Inkling Performance Labs.
Yeah, and I'm playing in it for Red Sun. Let's go!
Oh, all right. All right, I see you, Delta. Yes, we are, gonna just plug High Ink 2 real quick here. It is a low ink invitational full of teams that have been banned for one reason or another. I believe it's gonna be half the teams have one low ink this past year, the other half being banned for just, surpassing
the Div 4.
Yeah, that Div 4 requirement and continuing to play strong, therefore no longer being low ink eligible, despite never winning. But they can come back and have an opportunity to win high ink.
Yeah, I'm super hyped for this. It's gonna be a bloodbath between all the low ink players. This is gonna be crazy. We're gonna see such notable names as Red Sun and Red Sun. I mean Twisted Time.
Yeah, Twisted Time gonna be there. I believe last month's champions, Unlimited, Ruby United, are also gonna give it a run. So I think it's gonna be absolutely fantastic to see all these teams come out and see which of these banned low ink teams comes out on top.
Right. I think everyone should just watch this. It's gonna be so much fun. The last high ink was super hype. It was such a great to watch just all the people come back. It was literally Smash Ultimate. Everyone is here, right? But high ink guy in chat, it's gonna be incredible.
Yes. All right. But back to the match at hand as we slowly start to get these teams in lobby. So like I mentioned, it is going to be Tidal Abyss versus the IRS. You know, I love that the IRS does have a person on their team named Tax Fraud. Wait, does that mean the IRS is committing tax fraud?
They commit tax fraud on themselves, I guess. It just makes sense. It just makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, trust.
I think it's a registered trademark on that name.
Yes. But yes, Tidal Abyss versus the IRS. Yeah, honestly, not super familiar with IRS as a team. So going to be kind of interesting to see what they bring out. Once again, both these teams running very deep rosters. So going to be pretty interesting once again. See who comes in, what sorts of substitutions are going to be made between games to possibly address the compositions that the other teams bring out.
I think some notable names in here would be Dan the Man. I think a lot of people know them from the community. I've seen their face here and there. I think in midpoint or something like that. But we're already starting on Clamblint's Inkblot. This will be round one. I mean, game one of round three. We're starting all over again, round one. But no, game one of round three on Clamblint's Inkblot. It'll be interesting to see what we'll see here.
Yeah, I mean, with Clamblint's Inkblot, this...
Bubbles.
Pretty much, yeah.
Bubbles.
That's what I was gonna get to here, is that Bubbles is just, probably the most common special that you see a team try to build around. The bubbles are just such a strong way to push, especially up those steps if you can use them effectively.
Right.
Because obviously you can give anybody bubbles, but it really comes down to, can they use them well to get up those steps, kind of hide in those bubbles, utilize them to push up, try to get a couple picks while you're at it. But at the same time, you could also see a couple of, I guess, sneakier weapons come out here, because ultimately there's three ways to get to the basket: up the steps, up that's
the uninkable
slick ramp, or going up the wall to the bats and getting behind the basket. And that the third of which is
the strongest.
It is very strong, but also probably one of the least common that you see. So it's because when you do that, you're really kind of sacrificing the manpower that you have in mid to take on these team fights. But if you are able to execute that effectively, then you can really start to pile in the clams and, take a dominant position and lead in this game.
Most definitely. And we are starting with Leader Blob and Glooglas. This is such interesting weapon choices. And Hero Shot, you don't see that one often. But a lot of LDE being run on both sides for Clamblitz. Right.
Yeah. Honestly, I agree. This is a pretty weirdly interesting comp that both teams are bringing out. I mean, we have the entire Kensa comp coming out for the IRS. So they, I don't know. This might be part of their tax evasion plan.
Tax evasion. Right. So we're just seeing a neutral battle for mid, and we see this Junior being so aggressive against the K-Shot and the K-Pro. just pushing up. Already going for the basket. That was an interesting play on that junior's part. They didn't really have the clamps to back it up though. And we see this K-Pro just painting up mid. No one really has a great push at the moment, but there is one down and one staggered on the side of Tidal Abyss.
Yeah, IRS is definitely starting to get control of this clam economy. And, you know, slowly starting to work their way up towards a power clam. Nobody has a power clam on their side yet, despite having 29 clams between this whole team, which is highly unusual. They're really trying to make sure that this push is going to be coming out of nowhere, and, you know, trying to keep their position unpredictable. As I say that, Ani is going to finally get a power clam, and that is 2 down for IRS. So unfortunately, those clams not going to be coming in handy. The K machine getting shut down as well. So Tidal Abyss quickly flipping the map back in their favor, starting to develop a really strong position onto the plat, despite not having any clams yet again. Tidal Abyss, you know, continuing to just get some nice picks here, and this is the second time that they found themselves on plat without any clams though.
Yeah, they keep getting themselves into really good positions, but they don't seem to be actually making a push, which is just inevitably just wasting time on their part. They get the specials and whatnot, and then they don't use them for anything other than a few picks. But kudos to them. They're padding out their KA and whatnot. But B.O.O.T.U.B.E.R already using their bomb rush against the splashdown, and one goes down on the machine through the bomb rush, but. I think it's IRS already trying to push up with that. We see the B.O.O.T.U.B.E.R himself makes the push, but is there any clams to back it up? Tidal Abyss trying to push up into the plat like they've done before, but not really any engagements up there.
No, so it's going to be a 1+3. Oh no, as I say that, of course they're going to be able to put in just a couple more. And I think now we could safely say this is the end of the push. So it is going to be a 1+5 for them, bringing that score all the way down to 65 points remaining. So a decent first push, especially because that first push came in halfway through this game.
Tax Fraud coming in, trying to... I don't know what Tax Fraud does to you, but he is just trying to take picks. IRS really putting out that menacing push that they're very well known for. But 47 push already. This is a pretty okay lead comparably to Tidal Abyss. Tidal Abyss does need about a power clam and a bit more to get back the lead, but this Iride are just holding their presence as having practically infinite range, as I like to say. But, you know, just another fight for mid. K-Pro being a little out there for, you know, being crossfired by the leader. But we see this this hero shot already trying to take steps with the junior. They're being super aggressive. A single clam push.
I think that might have been a little bit of an antsy push, though. They didn't need to force it quite yet, and they are going to pay for it because they're only going to be able to get that one power clam in. That is going to give the other team power clam. The other team doesn't need to utilize it, but they also did go 2 down, and that Booyah Bomb going to be coming in clutch as well, facing a 1v3 situation. So now the power clams are going to be coming in now, and this is going to be a huge push for the IRS as they are able to get one, and they missed the second one, I think. Well, I think the other player went down, so that is actually going to, I think, be a 1 power clam push. So
we'll see. A huge trying to keep the clam basket open. But now we see a push from the leader pushing into the base, but there isn't any backup until the junior with the power clam. And they get the lead in the last second. Crazy. I guess the junior really was trigger happy this whole match trying to get these clam pushes, and at the very end, it worked. That was such a close match between these two.
Yeah, I mean, this game really, the IRS, I guess, had control of the clam economy. I guess they were taxing the heck out of Tidal Abyss. They had all the clams in their pockets. Tidal Abyss tried to make a couple pushes there without any clams. But ultimately, I guess Tidal Abyss managed to successfully commit tax evasion there.
Yeah, right.
Pocket the money without the IRS noticing, dumping it all into the basket.
right? Put it under your bed and whatnot. But by the way, IPL Splatoon does not endorse tax evasion. It just happens to be one of the team members' names.
Yeah, I think we should get that out there for legal reasons.
Oh, yeah, for legal reasons. All we support is splatting and Rainmaker and show the next map mode for this set.
All right.
I haven't seen this map mode variation in a while. It is actually kind of rare to see. I'm very interested in seeing what will happen this time. I don't think the leader's going to come back. I'm going to be straight honest with you. The leader's really slow, and it's Rainmaker.
Yeah, I think that's a good hunch there. Although it isn't super far-fetched to expect that to anticipate that E-leader sticking around either, though, because that E-leader from Snipe is really able to get a view of everything in mid, like everything.
Right.
So you could still bring back that E-leader and sacrifice a little bit of that speed for just being able to have that vision and being able to get picks from anywhere on the map, and hopefully translate those picks into a push.
And we're just about to start with the match. Game 2 of, what is it, set 3? Round 3? Round 3, game 2, round 3. Rainmaker and G.O.O.T.U.B.E games.
Can the IRS financially recover from this?
We'll just print some more money, some more times. But we see completely, drastically changed comps here. Apart from instead of leader, we have the remix, and then we have H3, Soda Slosh, Nautilus. This is super aggressive comp on the IRS's side.
I'm honestly, both teams making some big changes here. So definitely a little bit more ink going to be coming down for Tidal Abyss. They're really looking to just establish a lot of map control here. And it seems like that's already starting to come in handy. They do get 3 down on the side of IRS. It seems like they're a little bit confused on how to push this, though. Losing a lot of time there, just trying to get this Rainmaker up onto the fan. So now they're going to have to play this a little bit more cautiously than they probably could have initially. The Rainmaker is going to go down, but they still have numbers in their favor. They could continue this push if they really wanted to. And the missile's going to be coming out as well to, push the members of the IRS away from that Rainmaker. And it seems like this push is going to continue on as now IRS is staggered big time.
Yeah, Tidal Abyss is really getting the necessary picks in order to push up. And they're so close. They're so close. All they have to do is go up and KO after a suction pump and 2 sloshes. Man, running infinite amount of ink resistance. But that was a super quick game on the side of Tidal Abyss. They got the picks they needed. They got the positioning, and bada boom, bada bing. Great gameplay.
Wow. That is a lot of picks to get in a game that lasted about a minute and a half there. So just great job to Tidal Abyss for securing the set in dominant fashion there in game 2. But of course, this set is not over quite yet. As IRS can, try to make this a little bit of a closer set, get themselves in a stronger position in terms of tiebreakers by trying to win Game 3, Tower Control, Sturgeon Shipyard.
I think we might see that E-Leader back again, or we might just see the remix, but I think the E-Leader would be a funnier pick here. Definitely just to pick out anyone on the... it was IRS's side? Pick anyone on IRS's side? I think it was Tidal Abyss who was running the E-Leader. But yeah, IRS needs to find some ways to crack down on this tax evasion. It's too much for them. They have to find something that works. Game 1, they're kind of even and whatnot, but last game didn't really show strong for the IRS. Let me be honest. Maybe some more government funding or something like that they're missing. But as it stands, both teams are queuing up for what will be the last game of this match. Yeah,
so both teams ready relatively quickly. So we are going to be diving into this game right away. But yeah, Tower Control started to Shipyard. I guess really the key thing is that for Tidal Abyss, I guess a lot of it's going to be running through their backline, assuming that it does stick around. And meanwhile, the IRS needs to do what they can to just kind of continue to knock back the backline. I guess actually they're going to be responding with bringing out a custom jet themselves. So that's thing are going to be very, very useful for trying to stop any tower pushes.
Right. And we see some interesting picks here. We have Carbon and Orange Zap. Great pick. I love Orange Zap. Such a good weapon. But not tax evasion. Tidal Abyss seems to be having some issues trying to get into zone. That TA had me messed up, I'm going to be honest. But we see the same thing going back for IRS. They're really taking positions here, 2 down. I'm bad at mixing up the names, but Tidal Abyss taking a first checkpoint very easily. There's one on snipe, and they take 1 down from Tidal Abyss. I guess they're just trying to hold the rate isn't helping them try to take the tower, but this Carbon's taking all the necessary picks in order to not let the tower go back to mid, but just didn't have the teammates to support him. Wow. 3 picks before I went down. That Carbon was doing incredible work for his team.
Yeah, and now it is going to be a pretty even situation here between these two teams. Tidal Abyss is going to try to continue this push, but not sure how far they're going to be able to get with this. The Booyah Bomb now going to be coming out to deal with this backline, but I guess they threw it straight down on top of somebody they already killed.
Wow. This the man is moving on this leader. That was crazy. You saw they're so striking.
Unfortunately, they weren't able to get the pick ultimately, but damn, like they really brought the pressure there. But Iris not able to capitalize on this quite yet. The tower moving quickly now to that first checkpoint, but they're not going to be able to, get through even a fraction of this checkpoint. As they go 2 down, yet again, the K-Shot, the last one standing, they're going to be forced to back up. They do have that special ready, though, if they want to try to utilize it to slow down this counter push from Tidal Abyss.
Iris really needs some good special coordination in order to stop it from getting the first checkpoint, and they need to do the same for their checkpoint, but as it stands, this Carbon is just too overwhelming. They're putting a lot of pressure on them. Like, that kill's a good trade. But IRS now trying to take mid, trying to take snipe, but denied by Tidal Abyss and leader. 3 down. I think Tidal Abyss really has the overwhelming pressure at the moment with their range and their aggressiveness.
Yeah, and I think this is finally going to be the time that we see either team make their way through that first checkpoint. Neither team has been able to do it so far. But finally, it is Tidal Abyss that breaks through, and they are going to be putting serious points on the board. Getting all the way to that second checkpoint without much contest.
Wow.
Oh, and that E-leader just continues to punish IRS, on the defensive end there, but yeah, it really, if they get through this third checkpoint, I think we could already say that this is going to spiral into a knockout inevitably.
Right, this Carbon is putting too much pressure, as I said before, and they just keep getting crazy picks. Burst bomb after burst bomb, fling after fling, they keep getting the picks they need. Oh, but
wow.
the slight touch of that tri-slosher killed them. That was bad game. But IRS is trying to take back mid. They need a lot. They need a whole KO, 2 whole checkpoints in order to win this game. And this E-leader is not going to let it happen. We see Ray come out, but the Ray isn't going to give much if they're just stuck in one position, and the Carbon could just bomb fling combo,
Yeah, that Ray was not positioned like as well as it should have been. But they're gonna pay for it now as this, kind of wastes time and waste more opportunity for them to push. The E-leader continuing to just punish. Really, IRS cannot hide anywhere from this E-leader. Anytime they poke out, Alex is just waiting for that pick.
Yeah, the IRS keeps having to pay for every interaction they take with Tidal Abyss, and honestly, if you're the IRS, I don't think you want to pay for anything. So this is bad game all the overall one down on Tidal Abyss 2v2. This. Can they take the tower? They have to fight that E-Leader off or they'll get picked off. But missiles coming out. Dan the Man riding tower. No one's on tower. They literally just have to rush tower. As we see, Tidal Abyss, suction, what? It kills. It just happened.
Wow. Yeah, a nice double there right at the end for Tidal Abyss to seal the deal. I mean, they just, you know, after that first game was really, really close though. Clanlets really seemed like it was starting to turn into the favor of IRS, but that late game push really just defined the rest of this set for Tidal Abyss as they go on to dominate game 2 and game 3. So big kudos to Tidal Abyss there.
Right. Tidal Abyss really knew how to evade all those fights at the end and just end up with the dub in this round 3 match. That was great gameplay from both sides. Kudos to both teams. Tidal Abyss, IRS. Incredible showing for the November Low Ink.
Yeah, so far. And I mean, we're only halfway through. But unfortunately, though, I believe this is the end of our time together, Delta.
Yeah. Thank you for commentating. Such a blast. Thank you for having me on IPL.
And it's always fun to commentate with you, Delta. But let's go ahead and I guess plug real quick. So Delta, where can the people of our chat find you?
You can find me at Stream Delta on Twitter and in twitch.tv LDeltaStream. Oh, if you want that junior gameplay.
As for myself, Twitter at DRF_Splatoon and on Twitch, DRF. So, thank you once again, IPL, for having us on. And great games from a lot of teams. A lot of great team names this month. Definitely a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun to go through. To go through some of these team names, but yeah, that's gonna do it for us. Thank you all so much. You guys have 2 more fantastic commentators coming out to close out the second half of November Low Ink. Stay tuned, you do not want to miss this.
but now Myopsidus is able to get a few more specials, but do they have enough clams? Do they have enough firepower? Because this Carbon is just going to get a trade anyways! On the Slick here, trying to find one that Lumi does! There's a lot of clams coming in right now, but it's going to get shut down as this Carbon goes for a Fury kill.
You're not painting this little speck of ink! Come on, just put something down! Look at your map! Look at your map! The beacon
Oh my god! They all jumped in! Are you serious?
Two players going down for pursuit. John pies through the power clam up ahead. They do pop the basket. B-Mob Kirkin around that left side. They're one more clam away. Can they get it in there? The L3B, the last player left alive, is stuck on Inkjet. Is getting a plat. Got 2 splats. Oh, but they don't get it in time. Wow. And pursuit hangs on.
Claim they're following the pick, which they will. At this point, I would love to see like a last second backdoor, but there's a jump. Emptiness! And Emptiness manages to get the overtime basket to seal the deal! Oh my goodness!
What perfect timing.
Get a quad, essentially, and keep on the tower and survive double Booyah Bomb. That is going to be your tournament, essentially, for Troll Food and Wipeout Punks. Keep the momentum going, and they are going to be facing off against Pursuit in Grand Finals of Low Ink August 2021. What?
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Low Inc. Day 1 in November 2021. I am super excited to be commentating the rest of the Swiss stage with the wonderful Fusion. Fusion, how are you today?
I am doing all right. I've had my coffee, been watching some of the sets so far. They've been pretty exciting, and I'm pretty hyped to commentate with you as well, Magic.
Thank you. Yeah, no, this is going to be great. Fusion and I are good friends, so. But we have two up-and-coming teams in terms of the Low Inc. field of teams, and this is Up The Ante versus BlueMoon, with players like Jazzacorn and Leaf, who I've seen running around a lot in places like Solo Queue. They've been on the grind recently. And Up The Ante, who's been doing a lot of like scrims and coaching sessions, and these are teams that have been starting to make names for themselves on these little circuits. So it's going to be interesting. I don't know much about their compositions, but I do know that it is a certain someone's birthday on Up The Ante.
That is true. It is IPL staff member Grace's birthday, I believe. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so I was told to do something for that, but I will do it after this set because we are about to get into this. So, what is the map? We have Splat Zones on Wahoo World. Ish? What do you think about this one, Fusion?
This is definitely an interesting map. I haven't seen this actually too much recently, but we might see some teams fighting for the zone with like Booyah Bomb. You might see some bomb rushes over in the mid. It's definitely an interesting map, and there's a lot of different approaches you can take as we see some interesting comps. We got the double Splatling on one side, including a Hydra, and then we've got the fresh Squiffer on the other. Yeah, actually, I was remembering. Up The Ante was scrimming the other day with Illumini, and they were playing a bunch of that Squiffer 96 combo, so we're going to be seeing a lot of cool stuff as Leaf with that Hydra is able to mow down one of the members of Up The Ante, and that's going to solidify a 3-down situation and an early hold for BlueMoon here.
It seemed like they just weren't ready to deal with that Hydra on that right side, and a very like key awareness, not having the range to deal with that Hydra who's going to be peeking over on that side and then just collapsing. That was really clean, but it's interesting, like this high heavy paint comp with a sort of pseudo backline that can be aggressive and pretty mobile and fire up a bunch of shots, and then when you take down that Hydra, they can start steamrolling this composition, especially with double armor. And now they've got control of the zone, and it seems like Up The Ante is able to solidify the retake and get a little bit of a more forward position. Now we see this Squiffer on DG going to be doing some work, it looks like.
Yeah, that Squiffer's definitely been doing a lot of work for them. It's very interesting having running the fresh Squiffer rather than while they have two other armors. They're kind of using that Squiffer as a more aggressive pick with that Inkjet. Inkjet, of course, a really solid weapon on this map as Dice comes in and gets 2 picks, and that's going to open up the zone for BlueMoon as they start to come in on that right side.
Yeah, exactly, and now this Hydra is able to set up once again using this glass area to be, abuse sort of the Hydra's mechanics with the good run speed and put on a bunch of pressure on the main way that Up The Ante is going to be getting back into this map, and especially when you have things like rain and burst bombs that are going to chip down all of this armor. It's going to be hard to make that double armor composition work, and that is going to be BlueMoon taking control of the zone, but it's not over yet as Juicedog is able to find at least one. That was really close, and that could have gone really poorly for BlueMoon in a very hot second.
Oh yeah, all this scrapping going on in mid. People are fighting over the zone. You see 3 members of Up The Ante coming in from that right side with bombs, with Inkjets. The Hydra's just backing up onto this left side, and Lemon does get a very nice pick. They get a very nice double too. It's a 2v2 situation in the zone here, but it still looks like BlueMoon has the upper hand here as Dice is able to clean one up, and that's going to really probably give BlueMoon the lead back here as they try and set up a lockout here.
Yeah, and look at the specials. They're finally coming back online for Up The Ante, but it seems like it looks like at least Dice is going to have their special to bring it back. And try and hold the zone for a cap and maybe a lead, but it's not going to be able to do so. 2 members on Up The Ante going down once again because that Hydra, if they don't get the paint on the zone in time, they're not able to get anywhere near it, and just going to get shut down once again by trying to come into that choke point. And it seems like their goal is to kind of like just quickly paint the zone, see if they can get in and get out. But if they don't deal with this Hydra, it's not going to work out. But no one is on the zone for BlueMoon, and that could have been the lead. But Up The Ante is able to sneak away with 2 members just quickly painting. DJ able to find some help with the junior and find a pick on BlueMoon. And now the teams both have specials online. This is going to be a very, very close fight.
Yeah, these missiles have been doing a lot of work on both sides here. You saw actually BlueMoon did a very nice job of backing out, avoiding the missiles, and then coming back and retaking. But the missile's going to be doing a lot of work this time on the side of Up The Ante as DG comes in and finds that 3rd pick in a 3-down situation for Up The Ante here, as they're going to have to push in with the timers ticking down all the way to 25. They're going to need to make a move now if they want to retake this zone. Macaroni with a range coming in, but these bombs are doing way too much work. They're unable to drop anywhere. The suction bomb takes them out. The rain's coming in. The fight for zone's going on as the paint switches back and forth, but they're unable to take the zone in time.
Wow, and it was only the Squiffer left up for Up The Ante, but there was just not enough paint, and because the Splatlings had to charge up, they couldn't put down enough paint. That was crazy. And so, just the incredible flank from DG there right at the end, making the adaptation, seeing how BlueMoon was playing around, the 2 higher platforms and seeing, oh, they're really not checking their flank that often, and then just coming in from behind and setting up that beautiful lockout. That was very, very clean from Up The Ante, and they go 1-up in the set.
Yeah, that was very, very intense fights over that zone there. Wahoo's such an interesting map because the zone is just like a small portion of the map, and all the action's just concentrated right there.
Right, like those choke points are so key, and you have to have the specials to break out of them. And I guess that's kind of why the double armor ended up at least working out decently, is because you have 2 shields on you, or like a shield and then another shield that you can put up, like you're going to be able to break through at least some of the time. So it's interesting. It's very interesting to see compositions like this come out. Something like double armor, we really don't see that often in today's meta, but it worked very well there, even with the Hydra that could shred it down. But will it work on something like Clam Blitz on the Reef? We're going to have to see if they make any adjustments. What do you think here, Fusion?
This is a interesting pick. I feel like the... I don't really know what we're going to see here. I'm wondering if we're going to see the Hydra again coming out on the side of BlueMoon, because obviously Clam Blitz is much more of a mobile mode. And while it can be nice to have that like huge defense that the Hydra provides, you're really going to need to push forward to take that bridge and start pressing your advantage. But
right,
here we go into game 2. Clam Blitz on the Reef, and what we're going to be seeing, pretty similar to last match on both sides. The Hydra turns into a remix, and we see the Tri-Slosher coming out from Grace over there, as we still do see the double armor coming out from Up The Ante.
And I guess they're just kind of, it's kind of an empowerment to their sharpshooter, right? If they can empower DG to get these picks, to utilize the missiles and the armor and the inkjet to really shut down BlueMoon here, then it's going to work out very well. But if they can't get their feet off the ground, can't get their specials in the air, and if there's just an ink armor popped whenever this inkjet comes out, it's not going to be doing much work. As we see another time, Grace goes down, but Up The Ante is able to at least find a couple here on the bridge. Very just, it seemed like they caught them slipping.
Yeah, and with that long range, they're finally able to move in and take the street. The long range is kind of awkward to take the bridge, but once you get that bridge, you can really space them out and keep people like in an arm's reach. They get the first clam in, but not too much more. The push is going to be just about ending here. Nox comes in trying to get a couple extra clams. They do get a little bit of extra credit there, but that's not too big a push, and I think BlueMoon's going to have a big chance to rebound here as they're already in the enemy street. Dice is making up Power Clam here. They have the missiles. They're just about ready to push, and this is looking like something big could happen here. The missiles come in on the car. The Booyah's coming in. This Power Clam's going to get in almost uncontested as Dice gets in. They do actually go down, but it's 2v2 on both sides here, and it looks like Leaf's going to try and make the most of it here. They do get a very nice double kill, and that's going to extend this push for BlueMoon there. They do take the lead off that. Macaroni comes in, doesn't quite get a kill, but it stalls long enough for that Splatling to get out and live for the next push. Or they do go down, actually, in the alley. But very nice push coming out there from BlueMoon.
And it was crazy because it seemed like Up The Ante was desynced a little bit there. As a great shot comes in from DG to try and desync BlueMoon back as they get this push ready. And if you can desync the enemy, that means that they're just never going to have 4 up. They're never going to have their full power, their full idea for their composition at the ready. And if whatever team maintains control of that pacing can really put on some damage. As Up The Ante is going down one more time, it seems like they're just losing these one-off fights just enough. As 2v2 on the bridge here, it seems like they're trying to encroach on this Splatling, on this Junior. They're backing all the way up, but now it seems like they've got people in the right places, but this Hydra, this Heavy, is way out of position. Trying to fight from that lamppost is not going to do the work, but they missed clamp throw. Lemon's going to try and pick this up. They do have another one to come in. They're able to take the lead, but that could have been so much mileage. But
Where did it come from?
Where I guess they snuck in. It looked like they had 2 people in the
Yeah, they went left. They went left. Yeah.
I didn't see them.
Yeah, they snuck in from the alley and were able to make the most out of a bad situation there as a 1 Power Clam lead now comes out. But actually, wait, hold up. Does that look like BlueMoon? Yeah, Macaroni's over there flanking on that right side. They are going to be contested by some armors, but they may have gotten the jump in. No, they did not. So that flank is going to end up with nothing for the side of BlueMoon there, and they're going to be forced to retreat. A bunch of clams, but not too many members. Up for them is DG with that Inkjet. Gets 1, traps another under the bridge, and the teammates are able to finish off a second one, and that's a very, very nice special, and that's going to shut down a lot of momentum there for BlueMoon.
Again, riding on this sharpshooter that is DG, they're going to be able to walk away with a clean leash shutdown for now, but they don't have too many specials at the ready, as now BlueMoon looks like they're ready to start moving forward on this bridge. They've got 3 specials at the ready, and Macaroni's trying to make the most of it. The missiles come out and trap Macaroni, and that's going to be Lemon finding the pick. And all of a sudden, it seems like BlueMoon's on the back foot when they had everything going well for them. Did they overcommit? It looks like it. And now they're not going to have these power clams at the last minute of this game, and that's so important.
Yeah, and I really like actually what BlueMoon's doing. They may have sent a little bit too many members over on that left side, but I like the 96 over on the left because also, in addition to helping start a push, it guards the enemy pity clam. They miss the power clam, but Lemon's going to be able to get it in as 3 members of BlueMoon actually went down there. The bomb's going to clean it up. The counter goes all the way down to 26. Grace tries to make something happen, unable to get it, and now BlueMoon's going to have 1 more shot at this with a pity clam and another power clam. Not quite enough to take the lead. They're going to need something big here. 1 quick pick goes down early, and that's going to be huge. The armor comes in. They're going to need some pressure on the left side as most of the members of Up The Ante are chilling in the street. That Tri-Slosher's guarding the power clam at such an awkward spot. The power clam got dropped into the streets, and Up The Ante is going to have such an easy time guarding it. Jazzicorn's the last hope for them as they get chased into the corner on this street here. The Tri-Slosher goes in and is able to finish them off, and that's going to be the game.
The discipline from Up The Ante to back up right when it was necessary as BlueMoon tries to make a forward movement and just pick them off. Like, it happened twice in a row right at the end, and it changed the tide of the match twice, and that's impressive from this Up The Ante team. Just very good game sense. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. We kind of saw a little bit there. BlueMoon was so dead set on having a push go through that street, and Up The Ante was totally keen to that. They saw that they just wanted to rush through the street, and so they guarded it. They had the Tri-Slosher in that extremely annoying spot, right where that little fence is. So they were able to kind of defend that position without putting themselves in danger. And I think if BlueMoon wanted to actually force Up The Ante to change the way they defended, they really needed some pressure away from that street, like in the left side by the alley. That could have given them the space they needed, but very nice defense from Up The Ante is going to steal them that game too.
And it's funny, because earlier in the match, I think it was Macaroni had gone up through that closed alleyway, but maybe they were thinking like, oh, that didn't work out, like let's have 4 people push through bridge and everything, but that's not exactly the reason why that push earlier didn't work out. It was because it was uncoordinated, right? And so kind of a misattribution might be at play here for why they didn't go for a more split push again, or why they didn't go for like a flank. So again, like the strategy of these teams is always so hard to get down and so hard to pin down, but especially on a map as tough as Reef to break through, like it's so hard to figure it out. But these teams are trying their best and are making it very interesting and very tough for Up The Ante, but they do take the set here as we go into the third game.
They do take the set, but as this is play all 3, they're going to get one more shot to give themselves a better tiebreaker and just better record overall as we go into the end here. And some interesting switch-ups. We see the VDS, and we see the Sploosh 7 and the Nautilus coming out. Leaf looking like a very flexible Splatling player, but interesting. Probably a good pick on Rainmaker. A little bit difficult to move around with all the Splatlings. The Sploosh is going to go down early. Macaroni's able to get a couple of good picks as they defend the bunker, and last one up is the Rainmaker. GG for Up The Ante is stuck in this corner here, and they're gonna do a pretty good job stalling in the meantime. But the situation returns more or less back to neutral as BlueMoon starts to get set up in the bunker and get ready for a push of their own.
Yeah, and I really like this change in composition from BlueMoon. The mobility of the dually squelchers and the Nautilus are so important on a map like Manta Maria, where it's very closed off, and you can't get too many like really far sight lines except in the mid, especially when you're trying to push. As Nox gets a really good pick here, glancing around 2 players, and Macaroni's gonna go down to this hammer. That's so unlucky. Great hammer.
I accidentally picked it up.
And it's gonna be a reset. It seems like BlueMoon is still in control, at least for the time being. They at least have the mid presence to fend off Up The Ante, or maybe not. That's gonna be a trade on the bunker. But BlueMoon looks like they have all the tools to get a good push going, especially with the double armor themselves. But it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight.
Yeah, I mean, you'd actually look at what's happening over here in this top left. Macaroni doing a good job defending. Up The Ante was unable to get the Rainmaker out of the top left as Macaroni comes up to the wall and does Tri-Slosher things. Gets 2 picks over the wall, and Dice is going to try and get in here. This is a quick way to get all the way down to the 40s, into the 30s. This Inkjet is not going to be able to get the Rainmaker just yet. The counter gets all the way down to 26. That clutch play for Macaroni, holding that top left area, able to stall the Rainmaker long enough in order for their team to come back in and help. And that's a very, very nice push to start this off here. But it doesn't even look like it's over yet. Magic?
No. The Nautilus was on the mast, and Up The Ante, I thought, like, okay, if we just ignore them, go on this left side, like, try and get this Rainmaker at least out of here for the time being, we can reset, and, like, but they need to get the players out of their base. This Nautilus is destroying everyone on the mast. The Tri-Slosher sloshing down from above, and it's not enough. That's 3 going down. That's 4. That's going to be a wipe, and it's
Wait! Not a dunk. They slammed dunk and took the net down with it. This Rainmaker is going to get stopped at 1 in a last second clutch here from Up The Ante. So all is not lost, but Macaroni again drops on the Rainmaker, gets a pick. Dice is still here. I don't know if they know they're there. So this is going to be a really tricky situation. Are they going to grab it immediately? Oh, okay. They're being a little bit careful. They grabbed it. Dice is not going to get any sneaky flanks this time, as they find themselves trapped behind the Rainmaker, but those missiles are probably going to still do enough work for them to get back out and help their team. But here, Up The Ante is going to try and have to make something happen as they try and get this push on the right side. Dice is going to come in, unable to get the Rainmaker. The Rainmaker gets ahead of the push here. But BlueMoon holding on and actually stabilizing their defense here. 3 members of Up The Ante get taken out.
Yeah, and again, kind of a similar situation. You know, Up The Ante decided, okay, well let's just force it. Like I think that we've distracted enough of their team members, but the other 2 were just waiting on the other side of that jump, and so they just took them down quite easily. It seems like there's like a couple of fights going on at all times for Up The Ante, and I don't think that's what worked for them in the first 2 games. But this was exactly what worked for the first 2 games, doing this great special push, utilizing all of their specials at the right time to get a good, strong push going. And that's going for all the way, trying to run this down. And again, the discipline from Up The Ante is going to make it. They took the Rainmaker, they held it forward every single time they picked it up, and it works in the end. That is like 2019 levels of like Rainmaker discipline. I've never seen something like that from a low-level team. Holy cow.
Wow. Very, very clutch push and a comeback from Up The Ante there. You saw that Hammer coming in and lead the push into the street there. That Hammer came in, took members out that were by the little cut area, and that gave them some space to drop the Rainmaker into the pit. Up The Ante was able to do that without going too many members down. They got the quick repop, and BlueMoon was not expecting it. They were too close to the Rainmaker shield and got taken out. So a very, very well put together push and comeback there.
Yeah, exactly.
That was exciting.
It was. I love just seeing all of these teams come together with these crazy pushes and seeing them make adaptations like that mid-set, like, and you know that they're learning as they're going. Like I love seeing that. It's great. So
You do love to see it.
that is going to be the end of round 4, but I believe that we are good to go with a special announcement.
Woohoo!
Fusion, do you remember the year that was 2019?
It feels like a decade ago at this point, honestly. That was an entirely different world.
That's very true. But one of the biggest tournaments that was running back then was a lovely one run by some fellows who came over from the Smash community and decided to put their own branding on a twist for Splatoon and help bolster the scene with a resource that could be very useful in the long run. And it is my pleasure to announce that they are coming back with the tournament once again. Squidboard Splat Series will be returning on December 11th at 1 p.m. Eastern, and they are back. One of the main major tournaments for Splatoon in the Golden Era is coming back to everyone here. And I'm so happy to be helping run this event.
That's really exciting. I remember, back when I was on LMNR, we played in like every one of these. We practiced like for each month, and it was like the biggest tournament where you could play people from basically any region, and it was very exciting, like being able to compete in these, play a wide variety of teams, and you know, just have that kind of like regular, exciting big tournament.
And it will be regular. We're planning on doing these around every 3 or so months is what we're looking at right now, and it is here to stay. I want to make that very clear. There's not going to be a prize pool for this iteration, but it is something that we're looking at in the future. As well as it is going to be a Swiss to bracket format. There will be multiple brackets. I believe that right now we have 3, but that's going to change depending on how many teams sign up. So you're going to have many matches right around your skill levels, and I want that to be clear. Like, this is for everyone. This is a tournament that has traditionally been for helping newer teams
play against not only teams around their level, but also getting experience against stronger opponents and getting everyone involved. And that's part of the goal that we have for this tournament. And that I'll stop now, but just know that this is the tournament that's ready to be signed up for, so go register if you are free that weekend.
I'll have to see if I'm gonna pull together a team for this. This is exciting.
Very glad. Okay, I believe that we will be going to a break now. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yes, we will. So, thank you everyone. We will be right back with more Low Ink November 2021.
don't have any clans to continue this push. So, unfortunately, that is going to be it for Access Denied, and now they have to put together a defensive stop. The Power Clan does go in for the wipeout punks. However, I'm not sure if they have the clans to follow. They do actually extend this, and the Power Clan going to come in and try to win this game, and it does! My goodness!
Yeah, they've only got single digits for that penalty left, and now it is completely gone. The members of the Ante are in action, though. Only a few points left. We've got Grace here on the try, going for a flank. They do lose the lead, but Grace gets a nice double, and that's 3 down there. A triple out of Grace on that try slosher. Really, really nice flank
Make
there.
anything happen with those clans. B.O.O.T.U.B.E.R gonna try to drop down now. But unfortunately, nobody really near them. Not gonna be able to assist quite in the way that they've anticipated yet. But they are eyeing this Booyah Bomb, but the Booyah Bomb is eyeing them.
You gonna move? You gonna move, bro? You gonna move? No, they just gotta get there, and they will have lead. Does Typhoon have enough players left to get control of the tower? They do hop on. Can they keep it? One more player for Pursuit hops on, and Chase is being the last player left alive. Do they have one more hero play left in them? They do not. And game 2 goes to Pursuit in overtime. 2-0 in winter finals.
We can reset and but they need to get the players out of their base. This Nautilus is destroying everyone on the mass. The Tri-Slosher sloshing down from above, and it's not enough. That's 3 going down. That's 4. That's gonna be a wipe, and it's dunk.
Wait! Not a dunk. They slammed dunk and took the net down with it.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm not gonna say friends, that's Popkin's thing. This is
Welcome
Low Ink
back,
November.
enemies. We don't like you. You're our enemies.
You are all my sworn rivals. Fusion, are you my sworn rival?
Absolutely.
On the field of ink?
On the field of ink.
We have another wonderful set for you to bring you in the Swiss Round 5. This is Wave Rider versus Devil's Anchor. These are teams I've honestly never heard of before, and I'm excited to see what is in store for us, Fusion.
I like their names. I think
I agree.
they're both pretty cool. Wave Rider's nice. Devil's Anchor's cool too. I feel like I may have seen. Actually, the person I thought I recognized on Wave Rider is not in the lobby, but still, I'm excited to see what these teams will bring out on a tower control Starfish. This is a weird one. This is like a good map, but it's so weirdly close quarters for a tower control map, and
Right.
I've never really known how to feel about it. How do you feel about this map?
It always feels so closed off and everything, and like it's almost so hard to break through, especially that first checkpoint if the team on defense knows what they're doing. But then it's also, you know, like, oh, is there a good flank that could happen? Because like the flanks are really powerful on this map too, and you always have to be looking for that, and so it always devolves into chaos, and that's part of the fun.
We do love some good chaotic gameplay, as we do see the Charger coming out on one side, and we actually see the Blob coming out on the other, in addition to a Rapid. So I am a big fan of Wave Rider's comp here. What can I say? But we're going to see both teams come off into mid for a quick neutral exchange here. As neither one of them's really making a move just yet. They're going to be waiting till they get any specials out of this. But overall, it seems like Wave Riders with that first Inkstorm's going to be able to make a move, but actually not before one of the members of Devil's Anchor is able to get in and take one out.
And Wave Rider is able to at least clean up one there with that Booyah Bomb. Able to shut it away. This composition is so fascinating. It's double wall. And I guess if you're going to get picks like that, it's going to work out pretty well, especially with that Blob, able to have so much range and put on this pressure. Like, look at this chip damage on this high area, right? You've got the Blob that's able to lob up shots, and then you've got the Rapid Blaster to peek around corners if you really need to get that extra coverage, and nobody's going to be able to stand safe there. Like, look at that ends up, just got demolished. And this long-range pressure into this court area. And because of the bar, they got it set for free. This is hilarious. I can't believe this is working.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I like the double wall in the middle of the map here is pretty interesting. Can let you stall and just wait till you get those specials. The Blob and the Rapid forming like a really nice wall here on that left side. Devil's Anchor is not really sure what to do, how exactly to get in. The Charger on Devil's Anchor is still up in that top left area, but they haven't been able to get a pick. But finally, some momentum seems to be shifting in Devil's Anchor's way as they drop in and take the tower out before it gets to the second checkpoint. So not really too big a lead for them. For Wave Riders here, as paint control starts going back in Devil's Anchor's direction.
Right, and as you mentioned, it's not that big of a lead because if you can get to that second checkpoint, then like it's so hard to break through that second checkpoint, right? Like you need to have a really, really strong push, and so stopping them before they get there means that you can just like ride to it very quickly, as Devil's Anchor seems to be doing as this Rapid falls in the water, and they've got this push rolling, and they've got 3 specials that they're very patiently not using yet, and I really like that. And they're waiting for this armor to come up as well before they really push out into this left area. They get the checkpoint. The Charger unfortunately goes down. It's going to be a really bad, unfortunate way to go down. But this Booyah Bomb is going to be able to at least clear the way for the tower. This K-Pro can get on, at least gets they don't get the lead! They get taken down from the flank just before they get the lead. That's so unfortunate. That Stingray had been up. That would have been so much more pressure and probably a lot more picks. But that quick pick on the sniper really changed that game.
Yeah, Lynx was unable to get the pick there at the end, and I think a little bit too much. Devil's Anchors was playing for the lead and nothing more than that, as we actually saw like 3 of them riding the tower at that one moment. None of them had pushed over onto that left side. This 52 gal's looking to push up ahead of the tower on the right as the Charger jumps out with that Stingray, but Wave Rider still has a lot of momentum. It's a 3v3 situation that Stingray is going to be unable to do too much here, but Lynx actually gets in with that Stingray, gets a trade. The momentum will be slowly somewhat stopped, but really Devil's Anchor is just kind of like trying to find a way in towards this tower. They're putting on pressure, but they're not getting the picks.
No, they're not able to find anything. Even with that Stingray, you find one, but if it trades out, is that really worth it? Because that's a very big special that you used that just gone to waste. Now they are able to at least find something here in the mid using, I have no idea how to pronounce that name from the sniper, using that sniper's range to cover the front line as they move towards this. But again, these double walls, able to at least stall for a little bit, able to find the 72. It's a really clean couple of picks. The splash going in, not wasting any time. As soon as those walls go down, as soon as they find a little bit of paint, they're able to move right in. Very quick thinking, and this Rapid is able to find a good spot here. I don't think they saw him go up, but this is still looking really good if you're Devil's Anchor. Here comes the Ray, but the Rapid was waiting for it. The Rapid was waiting for this to happen.
The tower's still moving though.
There was a train on the other side of the map, and that's going to be a bomb rush as well. This is going to be clear, but the sniper didn't end up going down, and instead the Rapid did, and now there's jumps to mid. This is crazy. Acacia, what's going on?
Gosh, the Rapid just kind of waiting there, trying to get the Charger. It was a very sticky situation there. That was really... Oh God, as soon as they didn't get that Stingray, it was looking really good for Devil's Anchor, but they were unable to really take that advantage and push all the way into mid, as Wave Riders here is just going to have to set up one final defense as one member of Devil's Anchor goes down, but that's not going to be enough. Wave Riders going to hang on to that game and take it.
A very just back and forth match, to be honest. Like, it seemed like one team never held on to that momentum for long. And that's... I can't tell if it was teams not being able to follow up. Like in the case that we saw the Devil's Anchor push, right? Like, they didn't move up right when they needed to. You know, they had all the time in the world to get to that left court and up onto Snipe, and they didn't end up taking it. Or was it, you know, a combination of that and good retakes from the other side? And I think it is a combination of both. And so because of that, momentum was never stable. And like I said at the beginning, that map devolves into chaos eventually.
Yeah, it definitely can get kind of crazy. There's so many like angles you can take on the tower by the second checkpoint. We saw Wave Riders get through the checkpoint. Devil's Anchor kind of found themselves stuck in that situation. They got the tower over there, but really couldn't defend it long enough. We'll see what changes here as we move into Splat Zones on Inkblot, a very different kind of map. Of course, zones, but overall a much more like open map. And I'm wondering if this will be significantly better, say, for the Charger. Charger does not have to worry about too many flanks on this one.
Right, exactly. It's a very streamlined map in terms of, you know, where the teams can go, unless you are one of the people who can reliably get the trick going up the middle of Inkblot. But hopefully we're not going to see that.
Oh.
And, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. The cheaty get past the uninkable wall.
The bonk, yeah. So we see the E-Leader come out here. The E-Leader scope, and it gets one pick right off the bat. It almost gets another as that armor comes out. A very good opening pick, especially with something as much paint as that splash. You know, it's going to be one of their main ways to get back into the zone. The ends up goes down here on the side of Devil's Anchor, but they do get the cap, and they do go about 1 or 2 down. It looks like Wave Riders was all the way in the Devil's Anchor side of the map. Unfortunately, going down to a bomb there. That's going to reset to neutral. After all this, they do have the setup at top mid now. They've got the Heavy, who's got the B at the ready. This Rapid goes in a little bit too far, overextended just a touch, and now the specials are online for Devil's Anchor. This is wild.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of saw Devil's Anchor when they had control at the beginning. They like stayed on that one side of the zone, didn't paint it all. That Booyah's coming in, the Booyah top mid that doesn't end up doing too much. Actually does get a very nice pick though. Doesn't paint the zone though. This Rain is going to come in, paint that zone, and it looks like actually Lynx is going to come in and get 2 picks to finish off Wave Riders here, get that first real cap for Devil's Anchor as they try and get set up here. The E-Leader on top mid, of course, a very scary option without anything to contest its range. That nearly gets a pick, but this Bomb Rush coming in is going to force the E-Leader to probably back off. They do get 1 before anything happens, though. Devil's Anchor still holding strong on this one as they do get a couple trades, and the momentum seems to be shifting back and forth. The trade from the Baller and the Rapid, but still Devil's Anchor hangs on.
It's so wild. I can't believe that ends up going down at the beginning there. That was the most unfortunate thing that could happen if you're Wave Riders. They are able to get this train rolling one more time. Link's going down. That ends up putting in so much work for Devil's Anchor is going to be going down. The K-Pro as well, like that stabilizer in that back line. And that's going to be Devil's Anchor moving all the way out. That E-Leader needing to jump out and safely does so. Now getting established on this high area, not letting anyone get to top mid, and that's so important if you're on the side of Devil's Anchor because you don't want them just riding all over your plat, right? Like you don't want them putting on all this pressure, all this ink. They're able to move out with a left side push here. I think that at least 2 of them dropped down from that far left side, and now that's going to be a lot of zone getting painted. Rebeller not able to find anything with that Splash-O-Matic. It's going to be going down. That's 2 of their main painting weapons going down, and this zone needs to get capped now, or else it's going to probably be the lead for Wave Riders, and this game could switch into their favor. Now they're back on top mid, even though it's E-Leader's poking out, this Rapid gets a pick, and this is the lead for Wave Riders. And it doesn't seem like Devil's Anchor has what they need to get back into this match.
Yeah, they finally seem to be neutralizing the zone here, but they go down. They had such a good potential situation there. The rain was coming in, 2 members going down. Wave Rider is going to take advantage of that, but actually, Lynx does get that final pick, and and another on a sharking member of Wave Riders, and it was looking nearly like a lockout for Wave Riders, but Devil's Anchor has another chance at this. The E-Leader is going to try and get set up at top mid again. They're going to need to get a pick if they want to really shut them down. And it's a nice pick. They take out the take out the Splash, and that's going to be a lot of painting power. The Rapid comes in for the flank. Wave Riders does come in with a bunch more paint to take the zone. The bombs from the other side came all on one side of the zone. J13 takes out 2 members. Wave Riders again has control of the zone. It just keeps going back and forth. Neither of them can take full control, Magic.
No, like you saw them try and move up, but they backed away at the last second with a little bit of pain coming out, a little bit of pressure. This Rapid overextends, trying to get the E-Leader, ends up going down to end the NZAP. Unfortunately, the armor does go down in the process, and that's going to be one of their main pushing specials going to go out. This Rain is on the zone, trying to get some paint down, but there's 2 down, make that 3 down for Wave Riders. Now it's only 1 left, and this zone only has like 24 ticks remaining, and I don't think they're going to be able to get back in time, especially with this Rapid pressuring this right side. They're going to have to be forced into a bottleneck. They do have the armor online, but it's not enough time to paint the zone. They need to go now, and Wave Riders is going to the end zone goes for the pick. There's no zoners. Where are the zoners?
I think even the zoners there wouldn't have been able to save it.
I know.
But
that was really just a tough match.
super hard fought win for Wave Riders there on zones.
Yeah, for sure. Very good stuff from Wave Riders, putting out everything that they needed to. You know, that Rapid being an absolute nuisance, right? Like we saw them so many times just getting trades, utilizing that baller to make very solid flanks onto the plat, you know, just oppressing that E-Leader whenever they got the chance. That was very good. That was very good. What do you think is the adjustment that Devil's Anchor needs to make here?
You know, it's hard to say. I can't really tell exactly what was going so wrong there. It wasn't going so wrong, but like, you know, it was difficult to tell because it's been kind of hard fought on both sides. But I guess maybe I guess it just feels like Devil's Anchor is not quite moving together like all as one. There's been some good picks, but it feels like sometimes they're focusing, or they kind of get split up a bit. But yeah, and that's going to be something you got to be careful of course, on Snapper Canal, which is such a wide map, like horizontally. It's very easy to like get totally separated on one side versus the other.
Yeah, and because it's so big, because there are so many avenues, especially like you have to go so far away to get the different clams, like you're going to end up getting split up, and if they get picked off one by one, it's just going to be the same song over again. Wave Riders does take the set with that last win, but they are going to play this one out, play all three, and try and give them a little fight back. So it should be interesting. And it's those little decisions, right? Those little decisions to get to split up or move away from the team unit for just a second. That can make the difference, and that's what's tough about Splatoon, right?
Absolutely. We do see a tent.
Wow.
We do love to see the tent come out. This is, of course, a very solid tent map. You just push up right in the street with it. It's a nice shield. And we'll see if that's the X factor that Devil's Anchor here needs to get pushes to work.
And not going for the foil squeezer, instead going for the Forge Pro as the bubble option, which I do like. If you're comfortable with the Pro, utilize it. And getting a great pick here is this 52 as well, just rounding out that composition, and again being able to stall out and utilize that booyah. That's going to be 2 down on the side of Wave Riders, as this push seems like it's going in the favor of Devil's Anchor until the tent ends up going down, and so does the NZAP falls right afterwards. And now there's a lot of blue paint.
Yeah, there was a time to go in, and it was 10 seconds ago. It was like the situation, they had 2 down, they could have potentially pushed up, gotten aggressive. Oh, that's a really tricky situation. The tent manages to survive from Devil's Anchor. They come in to score a few more clams, Wave Rider does, but the tent's going to be able to shut down most of the push in mid as Depress gets a pick on the tent with the sneaky suction bomb. And they're going to end up backing off on this left side. The Rapid's going to help defend. Wave Riders has each other's back, as despite not getting the biggest push in the universe, they are doing a good job kind of stabilizing and holding this area here.
Wow, I can't believe that Pro didn't go down with the missiles there. Trying to jump out, but not able to make it quite yet. It looks like Wave Riders has all the pressure that they need with all these clams, with the Rapid here, but Lynx is able to at least find 1, maybe find 2. This bloodbath keeps going on. Trying to go for this power clam. Unfortunately, it does end up in the Wave Riders' hands once again, so they're going to be putting on a lot of menacing pressure, standing there, constantly being the threat.
This tent's trying to find a way in through street, but overall, actually, it seems like Wave Rider, sorry, Devil's Anchor's playing very kind of passively here. I feel like they have ample opportunities to start taking that left side, and it feels like they're just kind of like waiting till Wave Riders does something with a push, and they do just that. They take out one of the members of Devil's Anchor on this left side. The Booyah Bomb comes in. Depress is not actually able to get a pick. They do get 1, but not before they go down. Wave Riders is going to use this to get 1 more pick, 2 more picks, 1 more member, because they get a few more clams in, and Wave Riders just extends their lead here. Depress able to get that 1 last pick, potentially get some more clams and extend it, and this push just keeps going, actually. They keep sneaking on members in with jumps and some nice defensive play there over under the basket, and they get the score all the way down to 31, and that's a very formidable lead on this map.
Right, you kind of measure pushes by how quickly they can be taken over by a bunch of clams, right? How many clams is it going to take? How many power clams is it going to take? And 31 is not going to be easy to take back for Devil's Anchor, especially if you don't have the clam economy, especially if you don't have the mid presence and get flanked as soon as you try pushing in. Here comes the hammer that gets 1. That's a pretty big hammer play from this tent. Going to be able to find 1 more, maybe even another. I'm pretty sure they just got quad, put it on Twitter. Here comes the clams. This tent putting in so much mileage, and the power clam jump in from the pity. This could be the lead right here if they're not careful. That's 4 down, 3 down the side of Wave Riders. This tent is thinking on the line and ends up going down as well. They can find the clam. They've got 1 more. As I say that, Decibel's anchor is like, we've got this one, dude. This is our time. We won this match. They've got so many clams here. They could come in from all angles. They're probably not going to be able to fight in time. Here comes the clams from the snipe, and that's going to do it.
Oh my god. The hero play from the 10th Umbrella, coming in with that hammer, getting up into the snipe, faking out Wave Riders, and coming back and taking up 2 members who were, snuck by the 10th the first time. That's such a big push off of the 10th's only hammer that came. The only hammer, but they made it count. And, yeah, that kind of like big play was what they needed. They finally were able to get on the aggressive side, and they made it work.
A very good game. A very good game. You know, and it's not about the quantity of your picks. It's about the quality. Am I right, fellas? I'd like to think so. All right, with that we're going to.
You are right. I'm a fella.
With that, I think that we are going to be taking another break before we hand over to the final round of Low Ink November 2021. Thank you all so much for joining us. We will be right back.
going to pick, which they will. At this point, I would love to see like a last second backdoor, but there's a jump for Emptiness! And Emptiness manages to get the overtime basket to seal the deal! Oh my goodness!
What perfect timing.
I'm not painting this little speck of ink. Come on, just put something down. Look at your map. Look at your map. The beacon.
Oh my god! They all jumped in! Are you serious? They just got to get there, and they will have lead. Does Trollfoon have enough players left to get control of tower? They do hop on. Can they keep it? One more player for Pursuit hops on, and Chase is being the last player left alive. Do they have one more hero play left in them? They do not. And game 2 goes to Pursuit in overtime. 2-0 in winter finals.
With two people trying to scramble on the tower, with one on the bottom right with the K-Pro, and everybody just throwing bombs, everything they have. Last thing ever, no pun intended, with the bubbles coming out, trying to protect the tower, jump in. Everybody's trying to get off the tower, still on the tower. How is the Splash still alive on the tower? No way! Oh my goodness, that was a clutch of all clutches if I ever seen one.
But with only 30 seconds left, that barely gives Nightshade X any time. We are right now 18-27 with Up The Ante in the lead. Boone is pulling out that hammer, that armor. Not triple. This is exactly what Nightshade X is. They've got to grab it and run right now.
Hello, all the beautiful people. This is Low Ink November 2021, and we have the last match in day 1 on stream. This is going to be an intense set between Myopsidus and Aquatic Vanguard, 2 teams that are vying for Alpha Bracket, and this match could be the decider of who goes and who is pushed down to Beta. In Fusion, this is going to be a very tight set.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm not the most familiar with teams, but I've definitely seen these 2 teams before, as I believe both Aquatic Vanguard and Myopsidus are sitting at 3-2. So yeah, like you said, I think this could be the deciding factor for who makes it to Alpha Bracket tomorrow. So we're going to be hopping into this with our match on Rainmaker on Mako Mart, which is a very interesting map mode here. It's going to be a very fast-paced match, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
I honestly have not seen this in a while, but it's such an exercise in not only discipline, but also like knowledge of Rainmaker paths and coordinating and using high ground to prevent pushes, and like a very positioning heavy map. So it's really interesting in terms of a Rainmaker perspective, because after that, like, you have to position, then you have to reposition quickly. So it's fascinating, and especially with how the Rainmaker is at the beginning of the match. This is going to be crazy. I'm fascinated to see what the teams bring out here, because we're probably going to be seeing some crazy sets like that Octobrush and the Carbon.
Yeah. Got the Octobrush and the Carbon, both very strong close range threats here, as it looks like God, excuse me. Looks like Aquatic Vanguard has more bombs here at the start. They're probably going to end up getting that pick on or pop on the Rainmaker first. Tort finds themselves all the way in the left corner here with that Nautilus. They do get a very nice sharp shot on one of the members of Aquatic Vanguard here, and but a very weird start as 2 members still find themselves over in that corner. If Aquatic Vanguard does what they need to, they could take the Rainmaker left, but it really seems like everyone's kind of taking it nice and slow here, waiting to get a few picks before anything happens.
Yeah, it seems just, again, vying for their positions, vying for a little bit of breathing room in mid. A bomb goes over to this far right corner, and they just don't have any control. Jaking able to pull out the Stingray and try to make something happen. Who's going to barely dodge out of the last ticks of those Stingrays, but it does clear a path almost for this Rainmaker up in this top left area. The Carbon's the only one standing in the way, but now it gave time for Myopsidus to reposition, and that Rainmaker is stuck in mid once again. We do see this Tentamissiles and the Auto Bombs come out on this pop. It's going to take 1 down on the side of Aquatic Vanguard. Myopsidus looking like they have at least a little bit of momentum, but no more specials to make a push happen.
This is really wacky. Tort over there was on that flank for like a good minute straight as they drop onto that Octobrush. Twig does take them out as Twig does. They do get one nice pick. Another pick. There's another member of Myopsidus here backing up into the mid. That left side is still not totally clear, but Twig makes quick work of that and clears out that last member. That Jet's going to be the only thing in the way as Twig pops out a hammer, and this hammer is not going to get any picks. They drop right through. They go right through the suction bomb. It doesn't eat it, and Myopsidus game is going to be able to hang on. A very, very respectable push all the way to 28, but it could have been so much more.
Yeah, if that hammer had just been like a little bit more patient, but like great plays from Twig all around, utilizing that hammer, guiding that Rainmaker forward, getting the very necessary picks to force the position, force the hand of Myopsidus. So just very clean play from Twig there, and imagine if that had gotten down to like in the low 20s into the teens. Like that would have been crazy.
We see Who over on that NZAP trying to push onto that right stack. They're able to break an armor, force 3 members of Aquatic Vanguard over onto that right side, but while that's going on, the Rainmaker gets taken out. Pock comes back and takes out Who, and Aquatic Vanguard has some momentum here as they force the last member of Myopsidus back into that right side, and again, Aquatic Vanguard is up into this top left. They're unable to get a pick, though, as they get taken out by the Inkjet and one more person. I think it was the Jet Squelcher, and that's going to get that push shut down really quick.
But unfortunately, I believe Aquatic Vanguard just has this stranglehold on the mid area for right now. That Jet tried to push up just a little bit too close and ended up getting smacked, just like that Nautilus did. And now there's two teaming up on this left side, and this Carbon can't move anywhere. This is the struggle with Carbon. If you don't have enough paint, enough room to move in, and you don't have the assistance, because Carbon is a very team-dependent weapon, it's not going to work out super well, especially if you can't get into those areas where you need to utilize those wacky hitboxes and those ledges effectively. And so because of that, this Carbon has just not been able to move around too much. Twig, again, on this left side, just flinging ink everywhere, making a very clear path. Who is on this top left area, able to shut down the Rainmaker path, but it's still, Myopsidus has not been looking too clean.
Yeah, Myopsidus has just kind of found themselves on the back foot here. They're really unable to do anything about Twig, who's just been sharking these corners here. Just look at that. So annoying, pressuring this side here. They do finally get a pick on them, but they eat so much of their time. They're going to need to make something big happen here. Who has that armor, but it's going to run out. Tort's got to pop that Inkjet in a very weird position over on that right side. And that means that Inkjet's not going to be coming out while the push is happening. And yeah, Twig comes back in, takes out 2 members, but 3 members are actually down on the side of Aquatic Vanguard. King's on the wrong side of them, but they do get that very clutch pick on the Rainmaker. 2 members down, another quick pick is going to really help Aquatic Vanguard hold on there, as this Stingray is just going to finally solidify a hold. Twig cleaning up, and wow, just that was a scary situation. King just barely was able to get there in the nick of time. Uh-oh.
King. Oh no, they picked it up. I don't think Aquatic Vanguard meant to. The clean snipe from the Rainmaker seals it. That could have been very scary. I don't think that was the right play. I think just inflating it would have been better, but they ended up getting the it ended up working out for Aquatic Vanguard. That was intense. They held on to that match the entire time except for right at the end, and then J King just comes up. I thought that, I was like, oh, it's a Stingray, it should be fine. And then I thought, oh my gosh, J King is completely out of position. And then they turn around and get that like it was nothing. I'm so impressed. I can't believe it how quick J King was able to just find it, throw the burst bomb, prevent the paint, and snipe the thread and the needle to find that pick.
Absolutely. I mean, that gave their team enough time to come back in and settle that push again, because that map is you can get some points pretty dang quickly if you go on that side of the map. And they were just able to switch their positioning just in time.
All right, a close game 1 with Aquatic Vanguard on top. And again, this is for the potential for Alpha Bracket tomorrow. So this is go big or go home. Myopsidus needs to make an adjustment, especially with who is on that NSAP. They need to have these players coordinating. We saw the Carbon not able to move around too much. We saw the Nautilus over on that left flank just kind of biding time, but it seemed like they were just waiting a little too much, So because of that, it's going to be like a tight set, and I think the adjustments that they need to make is they need to speed up their play, especially on a game as fast as TC Anchovy is, especially how fast is Snowball Fusion.
Yeah, absolutely. This map's definitely quite a bit bigger, and we do actually see the Dynamo coming out here for Myopsidus. That's going to provide them a little more range, but I'm wondering how it's going to be able to contest that. Twig showing their flexing powers as they go over to play Respawn Punisher Charger. And that'll be an interesting threat on the offense there with that Stingray. Yeah, so overall, they're probably going to take this really nice and slow here in mid. Twig's probably going to have an easier time dealing with that Dynamo than a super aggro comp would have. But overall, neither team's really committing to anything. That Stingray comes out early. The Booyah right behind that wall. Everyone hates that wall. J King throws it over the wall. Both Booyahs land behind the other Booyah bomb. But nothing too much happens out of it. But actually, it looks like Myopsidus and that Dynamo did end up making the most out of that situation and take 3 down on Aquatic Vanguard as they start to get this push set up.
They do take 3 down. That was just very clutch. You know, the quicker Booyah, the quicker specials ended up working out really well. As that BlueMoon is able to find 2 here up in the base, and now Twig is left like basically all alone, especially with these bombs being thrown, especially with the armor preventing the shots from landing. Look at these bombs. Look at the Inkjet. That's Twig probably going down here, or at least being forced to jump out. This is Myopsidus is mad. It looks like there's somebody in office trying to flank around and maybe cause a little bit of havoc, able to take down the NZAP on the other side, able to take down the Nautilus too, as Nido's able to find a bunch and stop this tower from pushing as fast as it could have. But the Dynamo is now set up on this tower and it's not looking good. Jakey able to trade out, but it's not enough. Especially a great pick from Twig, and that could be the end of this push.
Yeah, Myopsidus keeps the momentum going. They keep getting picks and surviving long enough. Dux is rolling in a circle. They're trying to get all the picks, and they get 2 picks from the Dynamo, and they take the tower into the goal. They're really spin to win. Spin to win.
But this isn't League of Legends Fusion. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Playing this, I really thought that Twig was able to land like maybe 1 or 2 more shots with that pick from the NZAP, able to just secure it. And the Dynamo rolling. There's no way.
Dude, it's actually so scary just pushing up on the tower. The Dynamo's rolling in a circle. You're like, how do I get up without dying? I'm dead. That was so funny.
That Myopsidus, a very different Myopsidus than what we saw last game, right? They were completely in control as soon as they were able to get on the gas. And that's what I was used to seeing from Myopsidus. That's what we saw last Link. And so because of that, like it's very, very shocking that Aquatic Vanguard didn't have the stranglehold that they did in the last match. I don't know if that respawn Punisher Charger was the play. It seemed like a good idea, but you know, why not just go Siege? Why not just, you know, utilize the power of that Nautilus like you did last game? It's very, very fascinating. Very fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely interesting. We saw, like, last game how Twig was playing up close to walls and getting picks over them and just doing a lot of pressuring. Last match, that was Myopsidus. They were up against the wall on Anchovy Flat and getting some picks. They saved the Inkjet for the important spot. Tort was right in the middle of the action this time. They got the Inkjet to take the Charger off of that wall, and they just continued the pressure on and let their team jump in. Overall, they just kind of played that one a lot more aggressively, I would say.
Yeah, exactly. They were able to pick up the pace. You know, they were able to get out the gates and just keep rolling from there. So now it's game 3. And we have Splat Zones on P-Pit. And I don't know why I'm getting a Discord call. Sorry. That completely threw me off.
We've been trying to reach you regarding your car's extended warranty. Anyways, we're hopping in on zones on Piranha Pit. We see comps similar to the first game, but we do see that Dynamo yet again from Dusk on Myopsidus. And overall, I think this Dynamo is just going to be doing a lot of playing around on those ramps. MPU main tries to get in really aggressive. Twig punishing that. That's just what Octobrush does. Octobrush just so quick at spraying ink and just punishing people for pushing too close to ledges. This Knot's going to be able to hold that left side, outranging that Octobrush, but the Jet's still unable to take them out. But nevertheless, Aquatic Vanguard's off to an early lead as they hold zone, and Tort's basically the only one still here. As I say that, that Suction Bomb Rush comes in and neutralizes and retakes the zone. Would you look at that?
And this is probably what it's going to be like for most of the match, right? It's going to be like, who gets one special out, who's able to put out the zone capping specials faster, who's going to be going 2 down, who's going to be invading on the ramps of the enemy side, and if that falls, then your entire position is probably going down as who is on this ramp and trying to fight over Twig. And Twig, because they're not in position, they need to make a move forward. They're able to find Dusk on that Dynamo. It's going to be a lot of paint going down. Big pressure and prevention for the Octobrush. And now it can move in very easily, comparatively. able to move in on this right side, and one more member going down to Myopsidus. This is probably going to be the cap for Aquatic Vanguard.
Yeah, I mean, you could kind of see for a while there, Myopsidus, the Knot, was like holding down a lot of position in mid, but in the end, the paint finally came out from Aquatic Vanguard and made things happen. The Inkjet's going to come out, but smartly, members of Aquatic Vanguard are already backed up, anticipating either the special or someone to drop, but nevertheless, Tort gets a very nice pick, but as two members of Aquatic Vanguard go down, and Myopsidus regains some control in mid, but they go 2 down as well, and this battle is just, they're trying to find who to fight. They're both kind of unaware of where the enemies are. The Dynamo's going to come in, swing some paint back their direction, but that's not going to clear members of Aquatic Vanguard off of that far right side. What are they going to do about it? They don't really have any way to deal with it right now.
No, exactly, and especially when these missiles come in and something like a Dynamo is not going to be useful. Trying to go from that Booyah saves some time, but not going to be able to find it. Twig, unfortunately, going down here, but they do have the cap, and that's going to be very close to getting even more points on the board for Aquatic Vanguard. Both of these compositions are heavy fighting compositions, especially with that Stinger, especially with these Inkjets, and because of that, this is going to be a bloodbath, and these Inkjets are going to be trying to find picks like they did in Pock there, but that's going to be 3 down again for Aquatic Vanguard, and it seems like now the lead's going to go back into the favor of Myopsidus, and there's 2 minutes left, but it seems like this game has been going on for so much longer than 3 minutes. Able to find one with a bomb, and here come the missiles one more time. You see 5 missiles on that K-shot, able to put in so much work. This is going to be the lead for Myopsidus as soon as they don't get the cap. They're able to put down enough paint to prevent one. They're able to put down enough paint to cap. This Bombers is going to come in and probably cap back from Myopsidus as they keep going. Twig goes down from a well-placed bomb, and Aquatic Vanguard, it seems like they're hanging on just barely.
Yeah, it feels like they've just been able to recap every single time. Dude, heck, we're 3.5 minutes in the game, and the counters aren't below 60 for either team. There's just so much painting and staying alive and recapping the zones here. Ike is going to have to deal with someone with armor, but Twig there to help is able to take out a member. The Dynamo drops in perhaps a little bit too eagerly in the middle of the zone there. Twig's able to help neutralize the zone again, but still, Tort in the middle with that Nautilus is going to keep a lot of pressure off of that mid, and the zone is still neutral. 62-61, it's still a 1-point game. Very nice pick on the right side from Tort. They get one member. Aquatic Vanguard is forced all the way back into that right side. Hawk is the last member, I think, or sorry, second to last member of Aquatic Vanguard. This fight is still going on the right side. Tort finds themselves outnumbered as 3 members of Aquatic Vanguard come back in, and they take the zone, but it's still going back and forth.
I can't believe this. This is so back and forth. Twig able to dodge a Dynamo flick out of nowhere, and that's going to be 2 down for Myopsidus. This could be the last person they need. This could be the nail in the coffin. If they make this final push here, if they get the missiles out and are able to capitalize on it with this Inkjet and get the picks that they need, this could be the seal in the deal. And it is! 3 go down! The 3 isolated fights for Myopsidus ends up getting taken down, and this is going to be a huge, huge push. And especially with 15 seconds left, they need specials, but they only have 1 online. And Tort's going to need to find a pick here. Going to try and move out on this right side like he's been doing all game. Trying to move in with this Booyah. Keep the zone painted. It's going to go over. There's 3 specials online for Myopsidus, but there's a lot of paint. 2 go down inside of Aquatic Vanguard.
Needs to keep the zone. Twig got a pick. Twig got 2 picks. They neutralized the zone again. They just need to hold this area a little bit through the last hope for Aquatic Vanguard. As they get 2 more picks, and what looked like a near comeback for Myopsidus gets turned around again with some clutch plays.
Yo! What was that? Hello?
Wow.
That was crazy! There was so much back and forth. How did Twig live? How did Twig neutralize the zones?
They managed to sneak their way in and get a pick while the Inkjet was going on. So the Inkjet didn't have their attention on the zone, and as soon as they realized, or as soon as it like recalled, they were basically ready to pick off the Inkjet landing. That was, what a back and forth game, even with an overtime push as well. Incredible.
This is why you don't Inkjet on zones, okay? This is why you do not Inkjet on zones, especially when you need to paint the zone. That's so funny. Oh my gosh.
And we got to see some good sets.
Great set. And let's do a quick check-in on the standings real quick. it looks like that is going to launch Aquatic Vanguard into 4-2 and maybe seal the deal for their spot in top 16. There's a couple of matches that are still out that are above them right now, but I think that that's going to clinch them their spot in Alpha Bracket. Some other notable placements we see, ITAP ends up going 4-2, losing to Leg in the last round. We see Persistence, Guerrilla Tactics up there at 5-1 as well. Legato is still fighting, I believe, with Up The Ante or Snowfall right now. BlueMoon ends up going 4-2 as well, but it seems like they're going to get bubbled out because of their resistance. And Access Denied does not make top cut. This is crazy. This is a crazy low ink.
Definitely. There have been just a lot of 2-1 sets, super close, super back and forth. And we've only been seeing a fraction of what's going on stream.
Exactly. So, before we sign off for the day, I just want to remind some folks, SQSS will be happening. It is going to be December 11th, 1 p.m. Eastern. That is a big tournament that's receiving a lot of positive reception from what we've seen. Again, all skill levels are encouraged to join, and it's going to be a great time. It's going to be a one-day event. But also, High Ink 2 will be happening the weekend before in Fusion. What do you know about High Ink 2?
Gosh, what do I know about High Ink 2? It's a team for the all-stars of Low Ink who've graduated, and it's going to be a very exciting tournament overall. We're going to be seeing a lot of fan favorite teams who've graduated Low Ink after putting on impressive performances, and there's going to be one more spot for the winner of this Low Ink.
Exactly. This is where IPL does their best production, and it's going to be a sight to see. So do tune into that December 4th. Is that Iggy, is that everything?
All right. Well, I've had a blast commentating with you. We've got to see some really crazy sets. Mm-hmm. Where can the people find you, Magic?
The people can find me at Magic_Octo on Twitter. And if you care to watch me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Magic8_Ball, I do things. Sometimes about Splatoon. I'm currently playing in Ludi and Div 2. Fusion, where can the good people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at 8bitfusion_ or on Twitch at 8bitfusion. Occasionally, rarely, maybe. But yeah, it's been a blast. This Low Ink's been really exciting so far, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Thank you, Fusion. Goodbye, everyone.